I made it. Sorry about that, guys. I had to open a package that I forgot about. Very, very important. A little tiny like pop filter thing for my headset. The one I had was letting a bunch of stuff through still, so we'll see if this one one's better. It basically looks like a raccoon's tail, and it's now attached to my headset. So it used to be a little piece, like a big piece of foam, and it wasn't doing the job. So I got this one that looks like a cat toy. I have no idea. Sorry, I'm 3 minutes late. 4 minutes late. 5 minutes late. Uh-oh. What's up, hunters? Chase, Elaine, Dude, Raccoon, Kimmy, Corpo. Oh no, I just heard the K sound get through the filter. The air got through. To be fair, it's like right. It's almost in my mouth. All right, Marketplace, let's go. I did buy a couple things. We're going to do the usual of sorting by price, high to low. And unbelievably, the first thing that's on here is VA Systems spam yet again. Every single week, there's this insane amount of spam with these products. I don't understand how they let them keep doing this. All of these are like routes. EasyJet routes, volume 3, $25. And if you look them up, if you type in VA Systems and look through these, I mean, how many? 125 products. And if you just go through the, like, 4 reviews, 3.8, 7 reviews, one review at 5 stars. I wonder who made that one. You know, like, there's so many of them, and they almost all have 0 or a couple reviews. And shockingly, the ones that have 1 review are 5 stars. So, you know, stands to reason why these things are probably being reviewed by the creator, I would guess. Anyway, yeah, it's just, there's just so much spam of these. It's crazy. Okay, let's go back. Marketplace. Advantage of the Xbox market. Yeah. Anyway, ignoring all of the VA system stuff, which to me seems to just be routes in a pop-up menu or something. I did not buy this. This isn't really my style, but if you know what this is, German prototype fighter bomber designed during World War II. Does it say there's not a realistic flight model? Pilot model is not included. Oh, they're probably talking about one that's in the screenshot. Whoa, what the? It looks like a giant face. It looks like the face of some amphibian or something with eyeballs. What's up, Sean? Hey, Sham. New viewer reporting in. Cool. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome. That was a hilarious first screenshot, though. Yeah, anyway, this isn't really my jam, but if it is, it's in the marketplace. And then we got, so LaGuardia. I didn't look up MK Studios yet. I'm not sure if theirs are generally good or not, but I would just type it in. I was going to say Google it, but just type in the search here, I mean, for MK Studios, see what the other ones are given. And then, all right, what else do we got? More VA Systems spam, just so many of them. They're just burying the things that are more worthwhile, like scenery. Like there's a bridges scenery. And then the things I picked up, there's some more real effects. I like South Oak Co. as a developer. They have like the birds add-ons and the traffic and site add-ons, which I think are cool. But I think the problem with these real effects is that now with sim effects being out from Parallel 42, that is going to be compatible with multiplayer stuff. Maybe these are too, but these are like per plane. I think they might include per plane sounds, which is nice, which I think probably differentiates it from sim effects, but sim effects is global, so it's hard to see spending $8 on each one of these per plane type than just getting sim effects to see, like, you know, rain get kicked up and things like that by every plane. But they did release another birds add-on. I didn't pick it up yet. I have all the other birds ads on. Is it like secretaries or attorneys general? Is it ads on? Anyway, add-ons. It's definitely add-ons. I have all the other bird ones, so I might end up getting this. I just don't fly to the Caribbean all that often. But the two that I did pick up, There's another Orbex pack here for Papua New Guinea Highland Bush strips. Pack number 2. I did load into one of the airports. I'll probably load into it today if I get through all the FSReborn stuff. But these have like things like animated smoke and campfires, like fires that are going and stuff like that. And I think some animated people as well on the airstrip. So if you're a fan of like missionary bush pilot style flying, we tried one of these, I don't know, probably a couple months ago, and it was awesome. So I picked this one up. And I think this could be a good candidate for Saturday's group flight too. Go back to PNG. All right. And then, yeah, it includes, I think it's like 5 or 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6 different airstrips. But the other ones were good. And these were, how much was this? $12.99. And then I also picked up, because I flew the PC-12 a little bit, these liveries look awesome. I don't know how realistic it is to have liveries like this in the real world. I feel like, not that I see a lot of real world small planes all the time, but these liveries look more gamer-like and less real world-like, but I could just be wrong. And Four Simmer seems to make good liveries, so I grabbed these. These were $5.99 for 15 liveries for the PC-12. So for the Simworks Studios PC-12, I don't know if there's another PC-12, right? But this one specifically says the SWS PC-12. But there's some really cool looking ones in here. Totally blacked out. This is like a Have a Great Dave livery right there. There's a metallic one here. Oh, a couple metallic liveries. Like chrome ones. Yeah, and then this one looks really cool. I don't know. These are pretty nice. I don't know how much I'll fly the PC-12, but it's popular enough where I want to see people in their correct liveries when they're around. And then something I bought that is not in the marketplace is I got the TDS GTN as well and got it installed yesterday and tried it out a little bit. It took me a couple tries to get it installed and working, but that's all installed now. I know you guys have been saying the TDS one is really, really good. It definitely seems, I mean, it's going to be more realistic, I guess, than the PMS. The PMS is great, but when it's built on the actual Garmin trainer software and you have to have that software installed, it's quite a bit. It's going to be more accurate, probably. The downside to it is every time you start your sim, it starts this other software in the background, right, to run it. Actually, is it in my system tray? It is. So I have you have to have like the TDS running in the background, which is a little bit different. Oh, fish with the first message. Nice. Right on time, just like me. So I get the A340 negative. I did not. Is that the LVFR one? Yeah, it's the LVFR one. Since I'm not the airliner guy, I didn't get it. There's plenty of airliner people, I'm sure, got it and streamed with it, but yeah, it looks like it has decent reviews. 4.1 stars, 309. So I guess this will tidy people over a bit until the 380's out. But yeah, is this the first 4-engine Airbus in the sim? Maybe it is. The other things I want to look at today are, I might actually start with this while I pick my first route here with the Sting, which is a Sling S4 experimental. The Sting and the FSR 500 are both made by FSReborn, and you guys know I love the FSR 500. So the Sting got some updates to already include the new G3X Touch, which we weren't expecting to have until Sim Update 15 comes out. But the G3X Touch is available right now in the S4, in the Sting S4. So I'm gonna fly around with that. I think I'll use this checkered livery. And it also still has the PMS. There was another change where you used to be able to hot swap them, but it sounds like that's becoming phased out in the sim. Maybe, I don't know if it's a Microsoft thing or just developers are doing it, but now if you want to use the GTN, you need to choose the GTN specific livery. You can see it's next to each of the names, it says GTN 750. The Sling only supports the PMS 50 version, so I'm not going to load the 750 in the Sling today because I uninstalled the PMS one and just put the TDS one in just to make sure I just had one. Oh, the Bredock A380, yeah. 747-8 has 4 engines. Yeah, I mean the only Airbus though. Yeah, definitely. I know the Boeing's in there, but as far as Airbus goes, yeah, I guess the A380, if you count that one as a plane you would fly. All right, let's go over to random flight generator. There we go. I'll do a random flight generator. The other thing I want to do is I'm going to start in the Sting S4, play around with the G3X Touch a bit because I haven't used it. And then I'm going to show you guys, this will be maybe boring for some, maybe interesting to other people, but SayIntentions this week released the TaxiTuner. I think it was Monday night, right after my stream, they released it. And then I was off on Tuesday night for a show. I saw this band called Idols, IDLES. They're awesome. They put on like a 2-hour show. It was so good. At the Palladium in Hollywood, which I've never been to. And it was really, really cool. Awesome venue, awesome band. I was stoked. So no offense, but it was worth not streaming Tuesday night. And then Sting, yeah, so Sting S4 with the G3X Touch. So I'm going to do that. And then TaxiTuner is a crowdsourced way that SayIntentions is allowing people to fix runways or fix taxiways. And I've done a few of them myself, and it's pretty cool. So I thought I'd show it on stream and maybe fix the taxiways that we're flying to and from for this first flight, just to show you guys what it's about. It's pretty awesome. The craziest thing about it is as you make the adjustments, it affects you instantly. So like if I call for a taxiway, I call for taxi and I get wrong taxiways. I'm like, oh no, that's totally wrong. I can hop in, edit it on that web page, and then it's editing it in real time just for me. And then if I call for taxi again, it'll use the updated data instantly without me doing anything else other than editing it on the map. And then if you submit it to their Discord, like they'll SayIntentions team will review it, and then they'll make it the default for everybody in the sim. So it's basically going to override any of the Navigraph data driven taxiways or any of the Asobo data driven taxiways, and use the preferred one that they've manually, that a human has gone and put in. So yeah, it's pretty cool. What's up, Mike? Bob says I'm flying the Sling 2 with the G3X. Oh, yeah. I don't know the difference between the S4 and the S2, but yeah, it does have the updated G3X Touch now. Is it paid SayIntentions? Yeah, it's part of the SayIntentions ATC. So it's still, I believe it's still $30 a month to month, but they are expecting to decrease the price a little bit. I would anticipate they'll drop the price by maybe $3 to $5 a month because they use a ton of different AI services, but ChatGPT is one of them, and ChatGPT got faster and cheaper, I believe. So it's possible that it'll go down by a few bucks a month, but we'll see when that happens. All right, let me find maybe some smaller airports in the US, and then I can use, you can use the taxiway editor globally, but I just always fly in the US. And I hope to find some smaller airports because I don't really want to spend like 30 minutes updating taxiways for something that's extremely complex. So if these are smaller, like this one, Central Nebraska Regional. Okay, this is a good one, a good candidate just because it's so much smaller. So if I do update this, or I will update this on stream if it needs it, then it won't take all night. All right, I'm getting SayIntentions started here, and I'll jump in at Central Nebraska KGRI. SayIntentions is cheaper. Yeah, I don't know, or it's not cheaper yet, but if you pay like annually, it'll be cheaper per month. Of course, you get like a discount, but. Oh, Pryfly says Idols is kind of dope. Nice. I don't know what Pop 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 is. Is that a song? I don't even know the names of their songs, actually. My friend wanted to go, and he's like, do you want to see this awesome band called Idols? I was like, sure. I don't know them. I intentionally didn't listen to any of their songs at all because I just wanted to be surprised, and it was a good surprise. It was awesome. And so I still don't know any of the names of the songs, so I need to like go and listen to them now. Okay, let's go ramp 4. Did I not choose that? There we go. Ramp 5, S4, all players, and live everything. I'll pull the time back because it's getting getting late in the US. What's up, Lex? You don't know how you haven't heard of Random Flight Generator? Oh, yeah. All thanks to Josh for showing me. I've been using it for a while now. It was funny. It's pretty dumb in hindsight, but I was basically using On Air Company as a route finder. And it just kind of added all this complexity I didn't really need. I can always just randomize my number of passengers. So the route finder has been pretty good. I wish it accepted wildcards. Like, I wish I could type like K star at the beginning here or something. Have it only pick ones starting with a K. But yeah, it's still pretty good. I just put it between 50 and 100 miles for now. What's up, Mike? All right, assisted checklists in this guy. They do work. We'll just go engine start. And so the S4 got some bug fixes as well, but the main thing is that the G3X is available now. And then the FSR500, the Meridian, got simulated bird strikes that you can turn on. So I'll probably try that out as well. And then I noticed they added, this is something that every time I was in the Meridian, I dealt with, was just when you have a planned fuel amount from SimBrief, the only way that I could add it easily was draining all the fuel to 0, looking at the total weight, and then increasing it, like using that as a gauge to add the fuel by weight instead of by gallons. By volume. So they added something where you can see the fuel weight as well. So I was like, yes, somehow I've been heard. All right, so yeah, this is all the new G3X Touch in Sim Update 14. This is not Sim Update 15. So right now, if you use the Sling or the Sting S4, you'll get this. I am not running the 15 beta. Yeah, that's the weird thing about this, is somehow raw. Uh-oh, what? Not there. Oh, that was somebody spawning in on top of me. Somehow Rawl, who is the developer for it, got it in this version. And I assume it'll just work fine once Sim Update 15 is out. There, I hid you guys if you spawn on me. No big deal. All right, I noticed it right away that it takes a while to align. So if we go to info over here, oh, satellites are acquired. Okay, the first time I did it, it took a while for the satellites to acquire. So your mileage may vary, I think, mattering where you start in the world. All right, let me hop on SayIntentions. I don't know what plane type to use for my call sign. Do I just say experimental, maybe? It's probably experimental. I doubt that I say sling or sting. Maybe it's sling. I'm just gonna put in sling, unless you guys happen to know. We'll start with sling. How do you download? It's just a website. I have it linked in the video description, I think. And I just manually put them in, so I just have to type in the codes manually. But it picked an airport. Actually, no, the airport it picked does have taxiway information, but it won't have a ground controller, I don't think. This is the one we're going to. Maybe I'll repick. Frequencies, yeah, it's just got a CTAF frequency. So I'm gonna go back over here and pick a different airport for our arrival. So I can just put in KGRI as the departure and then search again. Then find airports within 50 to 100 miles. Broken bow? Broken bow? Let's see if there's no tower at that one. Burwell, no tower. Beatrice. Pretty much if I'm not seeing a taxiway diagram, I'm just moving on to the next one. How about Lincoln? Okay, there we go. Lincoln has... That might be too many taxiways for me to fix. We'll see how I feel. But at least we can fix the ones here on our departure. So KGRI to KLNK. So over to SimBrief. And I'm just going to pick the Cessna 172. Which is which is faster than the Sling, but let's see how we go. KGRI. All right, at least we'll get a route in here. All right, we just got 2 RNAV waypoints. I'll just put in no passengers and generate. Oh, Lex says I was using random gen from a pilot's life. Yeah. Yeah, we were both doing the same thing then, like using our career mode app to do the flight plan generation. It's hard to not want to earn the credits though, you know? Like I'm like, oh, I want to earn some quote unquote money while I'm doing this flight, which is mainly why I was doing it, but it started really slowing down the process. And when you limit the range, at least in an on-air company, it gives you a choice between like 2 flights. And a lot of the time, one is like 20 miles away and the other one's 300 or something. And with nothing in between. So it was, yeah, it was just not great. Okay, so here we got the route. I'm gonna paste that in. All right, I'll paste that into chat if you guys want to go. It should be experimental, Sean. Okay, yeah, I'll switch it over. I thought that might be right. It's weird to say experimental, but... All right, experimental 6-3 Echo. All right, and yeah, this, I'm not gonna like pretend to make a tutorial in the G3X Touch during the stream or anything. I myself don't know 100% where to click for everything, but there are these hard buttons at the bottom that sometimes I forget exist. So at times, like if you need to go back, you need to hit this button down here, and then menu or a double menu tap will usually bring up the main menu, but right now it's not, and I think it's just because I'm on the engine screen. But like when you're on the map screen or another screen that has a menu, you can hit menu to bring it up, or it says menu twice for main menu. But for the most part, you just touch what you need. Active flight plan, and there's no SimBrief import on it, so I'll have to type this plan in manually, but not a big deal. We just have a couple things here. Yeah, Rocket is. Yeah, I'm not on the beta, so this is the new update to the actually it's just the Sting S4 from FSReborn got updated today, and it already has the G3X in it, even though we're not on Sim Update 15 just yet. All right, KGRI. What's up, Turk? Which plane has a similar speed? Anything that says about 100 knots. This thing is very slow. So any tail dragger, NX Cub, Cessna 152 or 172 with the throttle pulled out a little bit. This is going to be pretty slow. All right, KGRI, and now we're going to add KLNK. Lincoln, that's right. And does it have this as my... I'll just activate the leg. I wonder if it's detecting that this is my arrival airport. And then we just have 2 NUCDI. And OSO. It doesn't have it didn't put the arrival at the end, did it? OWSEW. And it's got Lincoln here, so I guess I have to remove it. And what have you changed destination? KLNK at the end. There we go. And then it's activated our first waypoint. All right, close the flight plan. Where's the split button? Top left. So top left on the center display has a split full screen button, and on the PFD over here, the first display, it's split in the top right. It's a little different. I was looking up here. I was like, where is it? All right, now if we zoom out, yeah, it looks correct. All right, and let me check the fuel. I can probably just go full fuel. 152 pounds of fuel, but we're gonna be burning some on the ground here as I fix the taxiway. Oh, we're at 100% already. So it's at 152. Our fuel is 191. This also has like a fuel calculator and totalizer on it. I believe it's under info. Maybe engine. It's under engine. Fuel calculator. So this is like a fuel totalizer where you need to put it in. So I'll just fill it up. I think it's 32 gallons. And I'll just leave this on the map, I guess. Just treat it like a G1000 almost. Make this one full screen over here. There are tons of options to find in here if you guys use this. Most likely, like, I don't think it's available in the NX Cub just yet. I didn't see anything about that. So it might just be the Sting right now. But when Sim Update 15's out, we'll be seeing this in a lot more planes. I imagine a lot of the Got Friends planes and just any planes in general that are using the G3X Touch, including the King Air. The stock King Air still uses that, I think. Or maybe just the G3X. We should see them start getting updated like this. But you can click either the menu button down here twice to get to the main menu and explore this stuff. But if you don't find what you're looking for, just start clicking around the screen. So like one thing you can do is click the HSI, and this will bring up your CDI source, and then inset windows. So you can put in like a small map. And now if we exit this and go back, you'll see the small map in the corner. P. Gatcombe, if you guys watch him on YouTube, he made a tutorial all about this. So if you're looking for stuff after the stream, he's got something already available. And then, yeah, there's just so many, so many options in here. And to scroll the list, you can either click and drag like this, or you can use the scroll in the bottom right. And then there's always little hints down here for the left and right knobs for the inner and outer knob, what they do. So here, for example, it says heading for the inner knob and altitude for the outer knob. If you look really closely at the icon, you can see heading is like pointed to the middle of it. So that's the small part, the filled circle, and the outer circle represents the big one. So that'll be altitude in this case. But some things you can even click. It's kind of like the altitude, for example, you can click here to set the altitude, which is kind of cool. So instead of, it's just really nice in the sim, you know, we're always like grabbing the altitude button and turning it for ages, mattering the plane. So in this, you can just click and just type in, you know, 10,000 or whatever. And so that's a pretty nice quality of life thing. Piper Vistral. Okay, so I think we're going to probably need to fix this airport. I'm going to pull up. Let me pull up on here. We'll pull up Navigraph so we can see the real airport diagram. And then I'll call in for taxi on SayIntentions, and we'll see what they give us. And it'll probably be wrong. Other than streaming, what's my favorite thing? Oh, hobbies? I just play video games most of the time. Yeah, I play video games. I play music sometimes. I've been playing music a long time. Which is probably why I can't go to Flight Sim Expo next month, is because I'm probably playing a show at a friend's party for the first time in like 6 months. That'll be fun. Crocheting, yeah, that's true. Having a beer, playing video games, pretty much. Okay, let me bring up the... Let's import from SimBrief. There we go. And we're going to compare this to the taxi instructions we get from SayIntentions. And because this is a small airport, like this is most likely not going to be covered by the Navigraph data that's coming in. I think they said they got like 1,000 airports or so globally. So those are most likely going to be the bigger airports. So if I call for taxi, we'll look up let's see what's active right now on ATIS 27.4. And transfer. Whoops, that's the... Oh, yeah. This is also a weird thing. Nav2, Com2 are on the same side, and Com1, Nav1 is on the same side. It's pretty weird. And then I think I have to go to audio, yeah, to listen to Com2.
Sky conditions.
There we go.
Clear. Temperature 26. Dew point 8. Altimeter 2975.
2975.
Arriving and departing runways 1731. Visual approaches in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery on 121.9 or advise on initial contact. You have information, Yankee.
Alright, Yankee.
Central Nebraska
Fitting for
Regional
us
Airport
in America.
Information, Yankee. 2353 Zulu.
Alright, let's turn off Com2 listening.
WinCom.
Oh, what instrument? I play guitar and bass, which are, you know, pretty similar. You learn one, you can play the other a little bit. It's easier to go from guitar to bass, I'd say, because you're not really, most of the time, not making chords with a bass, but yeah, electric guitar, electric bass. Been playing forever. But I don't consider myself like a pro or anything. I'm all right. Okay, so it said runways 17 and 31. Interesting. On opposite ends of the airfield. So hopefully we'll get 31 and we'll see what they give us. So if we get 31, we're expecting Alpha, Charlie, cross runway 17, hotel. And it's probably going to be wrong because it's such a small airport. So this is the thing that we run into all the time with, you know, whatever ATC you're using, they all have issues with the data and they're all trying to make the data work better for them. SayIntentions is the first one to do a crowdsourcing option, which is, it's pretty satisfying when you go in and you fix it yourself and then it's just suddenly working. And then you tell them you fixed it and they'll just put it in for everybody else. So I've already done that in a couple of them. Yes, my head is, I love, these avatars are great, but they're like slightly oversized. So the head and feet come out of so many planes. It's great. Just wonderful. Thinking about how fast he flew his plane. Yeah. Best bass player ever. I don't have, like, to be honest, I don't have a lot of musical heroes. I think only recently did I realize how much there is one, I guess. I don't know if I call him a hero, but I just, Jade Puget from AFI is absolutely incredible. Like, I was learning a bunch of his songs at one point, a bunch of AFI music, and I did not realize how complex the stuff he does is a lot of the time. And he's just a single guitarist in the band. Definitely am into that kind of music, or was for a while, like metal and like punk and emo-ish punk, but you know. Have I flown an A388? Negative. I don't think so. I pretty much don't fly the airliners. Every now and then I'll dust off the Phoenix and try to convince myself to learn it better, and I'll fly it a few times and then I'll stop. Ninja says I have an acoustic guitar. I haven't touched it in like 3 years. Yeah. I go through phases where I'm flying it a lot, or where I'm playing it a flying it a lot, where I'm playing guitar a lot, and then when I'm taking breaks for months or years at a time. All right, so let me call on ground here, and then we'll see what they give us. We can always request a specific runway too. So a way to test it is I can, like, if they get lucky saying, you know, Alpha to 17, I'll tell them I want 31 and then see what instructions they give us. So let's go to ground 21.9, com 1, 1219, transfer. And then we can just do VFR, I guess. And then, let's see. And then tower 118.2. I'll put that on standby. Actually, we're supposed to go to clearance for our VFR departure, aren't we? Oh, it's on the same frequency. Okay. Ground and clearance are both on 21.9. So I guess I'll get my clearance with flight following. And I should look up the name of the airport we're going to. Oh, it's just Lincoln. I'm taking my notes in the background here on the side. Need to learn how to fly my guitar. Yeah, exactly. Sean says, Leland's played with Genesis, Elton John, a few others. ZZ, Top Style, Beard. Nice. Okay, let's get our clearance and flight following then for VFR. And where are we? GRI. I always have to look back at the names. We're at Grand Island, so this is Grand Island clearance. All right, Grand Island to Lincoln. Grand Island clearance experimental 6063 Echo is a Sling S4 slant Golf. We'd like to get flight following for a VFR departure to the east. All right, they'll give us a squawk like normal.
Experimental 6063 Echo Grand Island ground. On departure, maintain VFR at or below 5500 feet. Departure on 126.05. Squawk 5771.
All right, on departure, maintain 5,500 feet, 126.05, and squawk 5771, experimental 63 Echo. And SayIntentions has a couple options, so you can see it. I
Terminal
ticked.
63 Echo readback, correct?
Did it say terminal? All right, read back correct. It already put the squawk code in, 5771. That's a new option. So I can just go to altitude reporting mode. And it'll also change the frequency for me if it yells one out. It'll put the frequency that it said in standby for me, so I don't have to type it in. Those are two new-ish options in SayIntentions. All right, so let's get our taxi. We'll hope that they give us 3-1, and if they don't, we'll request it. Grand Island ground, experimental 6063 Echo ready to taxi with information Yankee. Oh, missed the comment about the beard? I just said nice or something like that.
Experimental 63 Echo, runway 31 via Alpha Bravo, cross runway 17, then Charlie.
All right, runway 31 via Alpha Bravo, cross runway 17, Charlie for experimental 63 Echo. Okay, so it did give us incorrect instructions. It's almost right, but we're at Alpha, and if we cross at runway, if we go Alpha Bravo to cross 17, then we're on Bravo again, and then we're on runway 13. So because we should be on 31, what we should get is something like Alpha Charlie, cross runway 17, continue via Charlie Hotel. So if you guys are going to find this boring, now's the time to go take a 10 or 15 minute break while I edit this airport. But I'm going to bring up the SayIntentions airport editor. So if you're a SayIntentions user, you can go in and find this in the, it's in the sidebar of the pilot portal. So what I can do now is just type in the ICAO code. So that is KGRI.
892 Tango Oscar, hold short of taxiway Charlie awaiting.
Let's turn that down for a minute. So I'll type in KGRI in the top left, and it brings up the airport diagram for us. And if you point at any of these runways, you can see it says taxiway Bravo.
Gulfstream 671 Gulf Sierra, hold position traffic on final approach.
Now here, let me pull this to the side just a little bit here.
Tornado 892
There we go.
Tango Oscar,
Okay,
hold
so
short of runway tree 1 right traffic on final
let me turn that way down. So if I mouse over any of these, you can probably barely see it, but it says the name of the taxiway. So this yellow one right here says taxiway Bravo, but according to the diagram, it's Charlie. This one up here that intersects with this runway in the middle has no taxiway name. So all I have to do is go to the top of the screen and click here and clone the airport. Now it's going to make one, and it remembers who I am from the last time I edited it. And if I click mine, it's now going to give me the sidebar where I can edit the taxiway. So there's some options, there's some tools here. I'm also at the top going to click my default. So that means for me personally, it's going to use the modifications I make. Eventually, like if I submit this and they review it and they say it's good, they're going to tick the global default. I can't click global default. That's something they have the power to do. If they turn it to global default, then that means that everyone on SayIntentions will now be using the taxiway information I corrected. So everybody else to fly through this airport will get the correct taxiway information. So I'm going to try to do this quickly, but we'll see. It can take a bit of time. So if I point up here as well, we have taxiway Alpha. So like if I follow the blue line, this is actually taxiway Bravo at the top. Alpha is running north to south. This one is called Alpha all the way down here, which is correct. Mostly correct. There's just some intersections, Delta and Echo. So to start, it looks like I can mostly leave Alpha alone, but I'm going to edit this top part of Alpha and name this Bravo. So all I have to do is click and drag to highlight the points here. And so I'll just highlight it like halfway through the curve. Maybe I'll just do it when it straightens out. And now I can just say B and hit save. And now this is now Bravo at the top. So I've corrected that one. Now I'm going to go down here, and this is all part of Charlie. Let's see. And then this is hotel. So taxiway Charlie down here, the green one, is actually a hotel. So what I can do is just click Charlie, rename it to hotel, and hit save. And then now when I point at it, it says taxiway H. So, sorry, I switched it off. So now this is taxiway H. So hotel is fixed. And then what I did at the top here, sorry, I didn't have it on the screen. I just changed this section at the top to be Bravo. So this is Bravo that crosses at runway 17. Yep, that's corrected. And then the red lines are runways, so I'm going to leave those alone. This section right here where it says it's Bravo, this is actually Charlie going all the way to the right, and then Charlie goes up and to the right where the yellow is. So I'm going to choose all of this and rename these to Charlie. And you can see it turns them, yeah, it's green now for Charlie. And now I'm going to grab this section and make this Charlie as well. I'll have to zoom in and do some cleanup in a second. This whole section is also Charlie. Charlie's the only one that intersects the center part of this runway. And all of this is also Charlie. And so is this little section in the middle. Okay, beautiful. And then this roundabout part that says Bravo, I don't think we need. So I'm going to choose that and remove the name from that one. And you can get really, really detailed and zoom in really far like this to get the details of how it connects with other ones, other taxiways. And there are some spots like this, for example, like I'm going to get rid of this because you don't really turn into there as part of being on alpha. So I'm just going to remove these couple little pieces here. So it's a lot of just clicking and dragging and drawing boxes, drawing selections around things. Okay, all these that just say taxiway are not assigned, so we're good there. These are all like parking spots. So that's all good. Alpha goes up there. Charlie crosses here in the middle and then goes up and right. So that's accurate. So let me just fix this intersection. So if we're going up and right, then that means we're on Charlie, continuing on Charlie. And if we're going down, that means we're continuing on a hotel. And then this one here is a little tricky, this little green segment, because hotel is purple, Charlie is yellow. So I think most likely, if I look at the chart, when would somebody go between this and this? Like if we exit the runway and go on hotel or go from Charlie to hotel, we would be going on this path. So purple to yellow is fine. When would we do green to yellow? Maybe when we exit the runway in taxi, we're probably not getting on going from Charlie to hotel. So that doesn't make sense to me. So basically I'm trying to figure out logically, when would you go along this little green section here between Charlie and hotel? And I don't really know the answer. So because it's coming from the south mostly, I'll just name it hotel for now. And we can troubleshoot later or anybody can if they run into a situation where they're like, this doesn't make any sense. Okay, so now this green taxiway is hotel. It goes all the way up to the threshold of the runway, which is what we expect. If I select all these, yeah, these are all hotel. And down here to the south, there's this purple one, but it's not named anything, which is fine. That doesn't appear on the chart. So I think we are almost done. So now we just have these two intersections, Delta and Echo. So from the top, we have Bravo. This is Charlie. Then we'll have Delta here. So I'm going to turn this one to Delta. Just select all these and say Delta. Done. Point at it to make sure it's Delta. And then this one at the bottom, we're just going to make this one. I'll just do I never know whether to do the curve or what. I'll do it when the curve starts, maybe, like right here. And we'll make that one Echo. So sometimes it changes the colors, but yeah, that's now Echo at the bottom. All right, I think I'm done. Bravo. And the red is Alpha all the way down. Cool. So I don't even have to press anything now. So thanks for bearing with me if you were very excited watching that. It's actually surprisingly fun to do. Like I like it because as I'm doing it, I know I just do this work and everybody benefits from it. It's pretty cool to be able to contribute like that. So now let's call for taxi again and see what they give us. So originally they gave us 3-1 via Alpha Bravo. Oh, Lex says if you hold Alt, you can move the map. Oh, okay. I usually hit spacebar to do that. So I was always trying spacebar, but it's Alt. Oh, nice. Okay. I had tried so many times holding Alt. So he's saying when I'm selecting waypoints like this, if I want to move the map, I can hold Alt, which gives you the hand icon. And then you can just click and drag to pan the map around. Nice. Thank you. Good to know. Yeah, I would hit spacebar because that's normally how you switch to a pan hand. All right, cool. So that's done. Now, I haven't done anything other than, like, we just did that. I didn't even hit a save button or anything. It's just automatically saving it every time. And since I have it ticked as my default, using this checkbox up there, it's just going to take effect right away. All right, let me bring this back to the middle now. There we go. All right, so let's call for our taxi again. Grand Island ground, experimental 6063 Echo, ready to taxi with information, Yankee.
Foxtrot traffic
All right, so let's listen to their
holding short of taxi
3-1 instructions.
Cessna 908, Charlie Echo.
Experimental 63 Echo, runway 31 via Alpha Charlie, cross runway 17, then hotel.
That is perfect. Runway 31 via Alpha Charlie, cross runway 17, then hotel. 63 Echo. So I guess the only thing that might be different is they got it right. Like, look, before it was Alpha to Bravo, cross 17, then continue via Charlie. So that would have put us up here. Alpha, Bravo, we cross, and then where's Charlie? Charlie's way down here. So that didn't make sense. But now it's giving us Alpha, Charlie, hold short, or sorry, cross 17. Yeah, 3-1, Alpha Charlie, cross 17, hotel. It didn't say Charlie again, but maybe it's presuming that we know it's Charlie because they already said Charlie. So we're not changing taxiways, we're just crossing and remaining on Charlie. Then down to hotel. So we just corrected this for ourselves, and now if I go to the Discord and I say, hey guys, I fixed this, here's what I fixed, this is the airport, they'll look at it eventually. There's already this huge queue. I thought I did a lot, like over a couple days. I did like 10 or 12 maybe. Some people have been putting in like dozens and dozens of them. It's pretty awesome to see. So yeah, so now we have valid taxi instructions. And once they approve it, if I submit it and they approve it, then everybody that goes to this airport will have valid taxi instructions. So pretty cool. All right, let's actually fly somewhere now. So I'm going to do the flight over to Lincoln, and we're gonna I'm just gonna play with the G3X Touch. And over on, let me check over on SimBrief and see our cruise altitude, 5,000 feet. So let's put that in down here. And we're at a we're doing VFR, so we'll do 5,500 instead. And we're squawking 5771. Altitude reporting mode is on. I'm going to hit B for the altimeter, 2974. It said 2975. I guess I'll update it to that. Which video card? I got the 4080 Founders Edition. All right, here's left on Charlie. Yeah, I'm running a 7800 X3D for the processor, and then 4080 Founders Edition. I'm on high-end preset with everything that says high turned to ultra. And then, oh yeah, they said a cross runway. So AC cross 17 and then hotel. And then I have frame generation turned on. I actually see you guys so far today. All right, now we're on Charlie. We've crossed runway 17. Then we'll continue via Charlie and then turn right onto hotel. It's just crazy to me that when you edit the taxiway, like you just edit it and then you talk to ATC and it's just instantly updated. It's very, very cool. I just love that our head is popped out of the plane on this. And I'm also curious to see how well the G3X Touch integrates with the autopilot. Because I think for a while it was meant as a VFR tool only with no like autopilot coupling and stuff like that.
King Air 145
Then I think they updated it.
Hold short of taxiway Charlie, waiting for clearance.
I think they updated it so then it was able to integrate with external autopilots, but the G3X Touch doesn't have a built-in autopilot. So it kind of works like the 530, 430. All right, this is Charlie left and hotel right. So we'll make a Randy here. Rawl, what's up? Is it the Rawl, the FSR Rawl? I wish I could give VIPs in YouTube chat like you can on Twitch. With little heart icons. Yes, Rawls in the chat. I love your airplanes. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, I'm gonna try the bird strikes after this in the Meridian, but for now we're just trying the G3X touch and the sling. The black magic guy. Yeah, I have no idea how it's in here, but I'll take it. I actually haven't used the G3X touch myself until since the very first build of the beta came out for Sim Update 15. So, all right, we're on a hotel. We're just going to avoid the taxiway on the right. We're going to turn left for 3-1. I guess I could bring Volanta up here. What's up, Steve? Don't mind me, I'm just getting Volanta going. Takes many clicks. There we go. Trying to think what other planes we can expect the touch to be in. Obviously, like the Cub, the NX Cub, those are the default Asobo planes that have it. And then is it the Virus or the what is it, the VL3? There are a couple other ones, but I feel like a bunch of Got Friends planes also have the G3X touch. So I'm guessing we'll see them updated there too. There's so many options. There's just so many planes that have it just thrown in because it's such a nice little like lightweight thing they can throw in for some like a little retrofitted avionics. See how it works with the autopilot though. All right, we're gonna switch over to tower frequency. And actually, can I switch? I think we have to click twice to switch, don't we? Pretty sure I have to. Oh, that's kind of weird when I hit camera. The stick does not disappear when I use a camera instrument preset.
Gulfstream 671 Golf Sierra, continue taxi via taxiway Bravo.
I guess none of them
27.
have it in view though. Unless I shift over like this. And, oh.
27 Gulfstream 671 Golf Sierra.
What was I gonna check here? Oh yeah, swapping the frequency. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have to click twice to do it every time. Okay, and then departure was on 126.05. All right, there we go. Very happy to see it working. Regarding bird strikes, find an airport where ATIS has birds in the vicinity. Nice. I'm not sure if SayIntentions calls out birds in the vicinity or not. I know that Beyond ATC does. Grand Island Tower, experimental 6063 Echo, holding short runway 31, ready for departure VFR to the southeast.
Experimental 6063 Echo Grand Island clearance cleared for takeoff. Runway 31, maintain VFR at or below 5500. Departure on 126.05, squawk 5771.
What? Am I on clearance? 118. I'm on the wrong frequency. I'm just gonna switch frequencies with it by ignoring him. 11805. I think maybe the auto-tune frequency changed it. And then I didn't update it, and they didn't say the tower frequency. I'm going to turn that option off for now. Settings, auto-tune frequency off. Okay. Yeah, that was not the tower. And departures on 12605. Whoops. 12605. Now let's try that again. There we go. Hey, Popbox. Import a SimBrief flight plan. Wait, how? I couldn't find it. How do you import SimBrief? I went to flight plan menu and I couldn't find it. Flight plan. Menu. Select approach is all I can do. Main menu. Is there a way to use SimBrief? Oh, on the FSR. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, on the FSR. I don't think I can do it on the G3X. What's up, Delta? Just in for a moment to encourage pilots to fly. That's what he said. All right, let's try tower again. Oh no, I'm on the wrong page too. Oh no, I'm just messing everything up. 118.2. All right, we'll swap. And then one, I don't like that I have to do this each time. 1182. I have to bring up this screen every time to just swap frequencies. Yeah, because there's not like 2 buttons to hit on the G3X Touch. There's only one. 12605 and 1182. Tower 118.2. All right. Grand Island Tower experimental 63 Echo ready to depart runway 31 VFR.
For immediate takeoff, runway tree.
That's not me.
Immediate takeoff, runway tree Mooney, 824 Foxtrot Delta.
Oh, the S4 will get Navigraph, nice.
63 Echo Grand Island Tower, winds 160 at 6 runway 31, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 31, clear for takeoff, 63 Echo. All right, flaps are 50%. Let's go. I'm definitely not experienced flying this plane. Probably messed up some procedural stuff, but you know, we'll be okay. Air fuel pump on. It's redlining the prop. I should use the parachute in this just to show it off again. It's been a while. Alright, let's get the autopilot going to try it out. We'll do flight level change in heading mode. I didn't look at our VY in this actually. I see our glides at 70. Okay, autopilot's on. Looks like it's working. Except I had the heading wrong. Whoops. We're just gonna turn. And get nav mode on standby. Alright, fuel pump is off. They'll probably change us to departure.
Contact departure.
Over to departure, 63 Echo. See ya! Alright, 126.050 on departure. And departure is called what? Who are we on with? Minneapolis Center? I'm just going to say departure. Departure experimental 63 Echo, 3,300 climbing 5,500.
Experimental 6063 Echo, Minneapolis Center, radar contact.
Oh, it is Minneapolis, nice. Alright, radar contact.
93 Kilo Charlie contact, Scottish control on 128.055.
Blue sky up, ground down, yep. Cyber is off. In the Sting as well. It's an extra next to us. Corrupt behind us in the 172. Yeah, we'll go faster the next flight. We're going to do one in the Sting. Then we're going to do one in the Meridian. What's up, Turk? Turk's in the 182. Zagerman in the Kodiak. Who else we got out here? Manolin 207. I see Ant in front of us. Carbon Cub. Corpo's in the Meridian. Is Raul the dev? Yes. Yeah, Raul is in the chat. Watching his baby in unexperienced hands. The Meridian I have a lot more experience flying. That's my #1 plane. Still #1 for me. Even among the Comanches, the Black Square planes. And the Tomahawk is a really good new plane too, but it's just a much slower speed. But yeah, for me, the Meridian is still the best overall for what I do and how I like to fly. All right, gonna clean up some of my notes here.
Whiskey Alpha, Kansas City Center.
So
Climb and
many
maintain
Dukes.
16,000.
Definitely been hearing a lot of Duke call
Duke
signs.
0 Whiskey Echo contact Savannah approach on 125.3.
I've been using Beechcraft for the call sign for the Duke though, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what real world.
8 Sierra Bravo. Turn
real
right
world
heading
uses.
095 vectors for the ILS runway 5 right approach.
All right, I think I'll split this one with a flight plan. Nice, and we get the map as well. We got like traffic on the right one. It's pretty cool how configurable the G3X Touch is. Just like
Viper 8
this
Sierra
view is
Bravo,
pretty
contact
amazing.
Knoxville approach on 123.9er.
Instead of a little inset map in the
Viper
corner,
8
you get
Sierra
this like
Bravo,
quarter screen
contact
one.
Knoxville approach on 123.9er.
Pretty cool. Steve says, I missed some of your viz. Was there a parachute extended by Mayday? I forget if when I did the parachute, if I was using SayIntentions at the time, but I did it on a live stream at one point. Yeah, when I was flying both the Sting and the FSR 500. It's awesome though. I think it's is it the only plane with a workable parachute? Functional parachute? I think it might be.
Spirit 117, cross miler at flight level 310. Crossing miler at flight level 310, Spirit 117.
Do I have it in auto? I can put the prop into auto. See if it brings it down out of the... Maybe it just runs it at the top of the yellow the whole time. All right, we're in the yellow arc already, 124 knots.
Vectors for the visual runway 27
The need
approach.
for speed. So I don't know if I think some of you guys saw the SayIntentions stream again today, and they announced that they're now available on X-Plane as well, which is for people that are still on X-Plane, it's huge. I think like they're the only. I mean, Beyond ATC is Microsoft Flight Sim only, and I have a feeling there's there are so many more people on Microsoft Flight Sim nowadays than X-Plane, I would assume. But there's so many people that have been using X-Plane for so long that with their favorite plane, and they just have it down to a science, and they just keep it how it is. Everything works. They're happy. For those people to be able to use SayIntentions is pretty awesome. KLMK is all messed up. Yeah, I assume it's all messed up, and I don't think I'm going to take the time to fix it because it's a pretty big airport. There are a lot of runways here, so... yeah, a lot of taxiways here, so I'm not going to go in. I might do it tonight after the stream. What I've been doing is going through my flight log on SayIntentions and seeing where I've flown, and then just going to each of the airports and fixing them. But yeah, we'll probably just not care about the taxiway instruction on the at the destination side, but. Steve says, I quit X-Plane because ATC was crashing.
To maintain 300 knots.
Oh, X-Plane was? Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's just a common thing. Like, the ATC being bad is not an X-Plane specific thing. Microsoft's ATC is really bad too. Like, we all know it. That's why SayIntentions and Beyond ATC are just such a great thing for all of us, is because they're instantly more accurate. And then, I mean, I was using FS HUD for a while, and I really like FS HUD, but being able to talk to it is just another level of realism, so I love being able to actually talk to it. And I tried pretty much all the ATC options. Just going to keep our throttle full on this, even though we'll be in the yellow, just to get us to the airport faster. The sling is beautiful and fun, but it is a slow two-seater trainer, so it's like... I think it's really good if we're not flying like longer distances. We're doing more sightseeing stuff or like doing traffic patterns and stuff like that. But that's why I always bring out the Meridian. Steve says I just got Beyond ATC and FSFO. Nice. Try to set up the same voice. You can choose like FSFO for one of the AI voices, right? Like if you don't want to talk, when your AI copilot can use the FSFO voice. Need to map buttons. Yeah, Beyond ATC is wonderful. Like they are both great. They're just totally different. But I mean, Beyond ATC had a great launch. Yeah, the price is obviously pretty unbeatable. So yeah, I think the norm is going to be almost everybody, especially people that fly IFR, especially people in airliners, or people that do any kind of jets or turboprop IFR. Most people are going to have Beyond ATC because $30 is kind of a no-brainer purchase for most people. But we already heard this week that SayIntentions is going to have probably like a minor price drop just because of the new ChatGPT algorithm. That 4 Omni algorithm came out, which I guess is cheaper and faster. It's already faster, which is nice. Yeah, like everybody said when it came out, and you know we've talked about it a bunch of times here. Over time, it's going to get cheaper and cheaper with AI services. VR support. So for Beyond ATC, you can at least you can set your buttons, right? So if you're in VR, you can hit a button to. You can obviously talk, and then they have a button for. They have auto respond you can turn on as well. So the way you should use it, Steve, I think it's so if you want the AI co-pilot to do all the talking for you in Beyond ATC, but there will be points where you need to tell it things like ready for startup, ready for departure. You can bind a shortcut to what's called Fire Action 1 or something like that, and that means it'll choose the top option in the UI when you hit that shortcut. So you could even set it to your push to talk button for now if you want. The choice display, yeah, but just set that shortcut for Fire Action 1 or whatever it's called, because the majority of the time, like when the first officer can't take care of it and auto reply and auto change frequencies, you can just hit that hotkey and it's most likely going to do what you want it to do, which is going to be like, you know, request clearance, request pushback and startup, ready for departure, ready for descent. Those things where you need to tell it that you're ready for that. But yeah, I'd try out that shortcut. Yeah, what Cyber said. Bro, I fly the M500 all the time.
142, turn left heading 190.
Allow me to fanboy for a moment. Yeah, the Meridian is by far my favorite. Mainly because I want a turboprop, I want a G1000, and I want something like that. I love that it has wear and tear and failures. Like to me, like filling up the tires and stuff, like Comanche style walk around, those kind of features are what make it more unique. The black square planes are great, but I wish they had those little things like the newbie maintenance things, you know, filling up the tire pressure, checking the wear and tear on the brake pads, like those little things just add another level to it. I'm not the guy that like really wants all the major failures anyway, so for me, even though I have them on, I don't look forward to the failures, of course. Like some people I think want that challenge, and for them, like, you know, all of the top tier planes have those kind of things. But having that wear and tear stuff and like the passenger mini game and the, you know, like the fuel truck showing up, like those things are they just make that plane a step above the rest, in my opinion. Too cool. All right, let's take a look at our destination. So we are heading to the southeast. Can I click on a waypoint? Yeah, I can't. But I can choose the waypoint in the flight plan page. Link in waypoint info. So we got the frequencies. Go ahead and get the ATIS and COM 2. Actually, if I hit this, I think it's... Oh, nice. So this is actually new. It says RX next to them, which just means we're receiving that already. So I think if I hit this, it'll let me put it in COM 2. Yes, it does. Nice. And it makes it standby, so I have to go there and then hit transfer. And then I also need to monitor COM 2 and the audio panel. All right, let's get the ATIS then. For KLNK. And we got maintain 5500, which is what we're at. Just double checking we're good there. All right, so it says we were receiving, but that's really only, I think that's only based on the Microsoft Flight Sim ATC. So it's possible that we're just not receiving it just yet in SayIntentions. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, as you scroll the flight plan, this is also something unique. As you scroll the flight plan, it's moving our map to show the waypoints that we're scrolling to. That's pretty cool. This one looks like it's choosing the wrong. I want to see a little further. Maybe I do this. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty neat. All right, then for our arrival airport, yeah, again, I'm not going to fix the taxiways here because it'll probably take me like 20 or 30 minutes to do all these. There's a lot of taxiways going on here. So we're not going to get the correct taxiway information on in Lincoln here, but I'll probably just taxi to some random spot and just turn off the engine and then hop in the Meridian. I think the hard part is going to be finding bird strike or bird activity. Which airports always have bird activity? Should we go to like Miami or something? I hope they fix these avatars. It's nice to have like a selection of different avatars, but this pack is just all messed up. The scaling is like 20% too big or something, or 10% too big. It's good stuff. Thanks for the sub, David. All right, let's see if we can just grab the ATIS here. Looks like runway 18 is still preferred. That's what SimBrief recommended. An altimeter 2975. And we have 2964 right now. What's up, 80? Am I gonna do Fred Flintstone landing? Yeah. It looks so silly. Yeah, I think like I like these avatars. It's just the scale. Sometimes I just won't use them because it's so silly looking, but they're cool. Like the clothing is good. They got like the captain stripes and everything. It's a nice little change. The women in aviation one I got, or women, what's it called? Women in command livery avatar pack is really good actually. Like the scale is really, really good. I think there's like almost 10 of them. Yeah, I like using those too. Oh, we can't actually. Can we see? I haven't looked at the EFB actually. I think there were some updates to the EFB. I think the fuel thing get updated in both sections: payload, pilot, co-pilot, and luggage. And then we have fuel and gallons. Is that fuel weight right there? 181 is now a thing. Turk, thanks for the 10 gifted memberships, dude. Thank you, sir. Pull up your stools, everyone. What a generous person. Welcome to the Couch Captains, courtesy of Turk. Good thing he's bald, yeah. If he had a lot of hair, it would be even funnier, though. Sean says during the 80s there was a lot of bird activity in Boston, especially the garden. Big W, Turk. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And Kugel, thanks for joining too, man. Welcome. You have to, you guys will have to bug Turk on Discord for your free shipment of virtual cigarettes for your passengers. I haven't used the EFB in the Sting too much. I'm pretty sure this fuel weight is a new line that was added. Maybe this was redesigned, I'm not sure. Link center slider. Oh, to the outer sliders probably. And then these are our passenger weights and cargo weight. So yeah, this will be nice because I'm always trying to figure out the fuel weight in the Meridian, so now we can just see it. All right, here's our ATIS.
Advise on course heading altitude and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 120.7. Advise on initial contact. You have information mic.
Information mic, it sounded like?
Information mic. 0054 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 23. Dew point 9er. Altimeter 2975. Arriving and departing runways 181417. Visual approaches in use.
181417.
Flight following is
All right, let's turn off monitoring now.
Read
Audio
back all
panel.
runway and hold short.
Okay, we're all set there. And then, so we got information, Mike, runways 18, 14, and 17. Okay, those are all the south-facing runways, so that kind of makes sense. All these at the north end of the field. And we were expecting 18, but that's the longest one. It would be cool if they changed it based on our plane type or something, like gave us 17. 17 would be great if we're parking over here, the east ramp.
Copy, radar contact. Right 9 route.
Hangars are on the west side. It's a much bigger airport. Okay, now let's get those frequencies in. So tower is 118.5 is probably our next one. So 1185 on standby, and then after that, we'll have ground on 121.9er. And I guess I'll put in the visual. I think we have visual approaches. I'm not actually sure. I think we hit the menu button, choose the approach. Yeah, there we go. Oh, was that for us? If that was for us, it's so quiet. I don't think that was for us. Okay, so if we get the 18, we can I'll just choose the visual. I assume it has the visuals. It does not have the visuals. So maybe that's a post G3X thing, the visual approaches. So we'll just choose the RNAV for 18. Okay, and then we'll just... Oh, whoops, I activated it. That was wrong. Let's sync the heading bug. Shouldn't have done that. We were on the way to Osu still. Activate leg. There we go. Back to nav mode. All right, let's try that again. Osu. Okay, and then we have... Then we have the initial approach fix. Or sorry, the final approach fix right here. FA. And then MA is the missed approach point, which is the runway. No missed approach procedure. Okay, we'll see if we get... I don't know what to expect as far as VNAV capabilities, but let's check the RNAV for runway 18 and see what we got. Select approach. We'll probably just get a visual anyway, but we'll have this in for reference. RNAV runway 18. And we're coming in from the south, actually. So looks like we're gonna have to go to Ayer. It'd be better if we just came in from the west, like we just went right now to Cuss-Up. That would be ideal. We can just ask for direct to the airport, I think. And I didn't pick that one, so I think I need to redo the approach. Runway RNAV 18. How do we pick the transition waypoint? It doesn't give us the option to choose a transition here. So maybe this is a limitation that I need to learn about, which is, yeah, it's only showing us the final approach fix and not giving us an option to choose any of the other ones. So I guess we could put one in. I could insert after and then put in Cuss-Up. And then after Cuss-Up, we'll put in Ayer. A-Y-A-R-E. So this would be the full approach. Cuss-Up, Ayer, Fimuk, Maxo. Okay. So let's go ahead and request direct to Lincoln. See how that goes. And we are VFR. Minneapolis Center VFR request for 6063 Echo. Let's see what they say here.
Experimental 63 Echo, go ahead.
We're gonna go direct Lincoln. And we don't really have to request it since we're not IFR. Just kind of want to let them know. Oh, I can't go direct there, huh? Let's just go direct here. How do I do direct? I mean, we have a direct to button down here, but I'd rather choose it from the list. Maybe that's not a thing. Huh. That's kind of surprising. I probably just don't know where to do it. So we have the whole flight plan, but I can't hit direct to. Let's try it over here. So I want to go direct to find. I could just activate the approach. Let's select approach, remove approach. Can I go direct one of the other ones? I can activate the leg. Waypoint info, then direct? No, it's still picking up OSU. Activate. Alright, we're just gonna activate direct. Actually, I'll just do activate procedure. Menu. Activate approach. Center, November 6063 Echo is going direct Fimuk, Fox, India, Mike, Uniform, Kilo.
Experimental 63 Echo, Roger, proceed direct Femic Fox IMU.
What was the last thing you said? Proceed direct Femic Fox IMU? Huh. I don't know what the Fox IMU is. Oh, that's what it thinks I said to it. Huh. Didn't quite recognize what I spelled out to it. Thanks again, Chirk and Kugel.
Runway 22 approach.
What's the throttle set at in that extra? Doesn't the extra go like...
63 Echo, contact Minneapolis
that's
Center
us.
on 119.525.
119.525, November 63 Echo. Alright, then we were going to be on 1185, so I got to put that back in. 1185 for tower. Okay, and we're on with Minneapolis Center again. Minneapolis Center, experimental 6063 Echo, 5,500. Hope it's okay to keep it running in the yellows and the RPM. I set it to auto prop, and that's what it's given us, so I trust the computer.
Hawaiian 104 climb and maintain flight level 410.
Climbing to flight level 410, Hawaiian 104.
All right, we're going direct Fimuk, something.
United 567, reduce speed to 230 knots for sequencing.
And I don't think we have any. I don't think we have VNAV capability, right? Let me check. There's a VNAV button, but yeah, I don't expect it's gonna.
Kansas City Center on 134.5.
I don't think I'm actually gonna be able to use it. So we'll just look at the approach chart here and just be down at 3,800 and then 2,900. But the MSA, minimum safe altitude, 30 nautical miles from the initial approach fix. We can be at the IAF altitude, so that's 3,800. Okay, so 3,800 within 30 nautical miles. And we're still 23 miles from there, so yeah, we're good to go down to 3,800 if we want to.
Alpha Kansas City Center. Good afternoon. Altimeter.
And then we'll want to be down to 2,900. I'll line it up and just see if we get the vertical guidance, just because I don't really know what to expect with the G3X. Did you hear that? The SayIntentions audio got louder, I think. both Beyond ATC and SayIntentions audio is extremely loud. Like, I think both of them are twice as loud as they should be, just based on like my audio meters and stuff. They're always like clipping.
Switching to New York Center, 133.2, American 106.
I think I have Beyond ATC at like 55 or 60%.
Foxtrot climb and maintain 1000.
It is very, very loud a lot of the time.
537 Foxtrot.
All right, 20 miles to Fimuk.
Hawaiian 645 climb and maintain flight level 380.
Climbing to flight level 380, Hawaiian 645.
Hey Tyler, what's up? Yeah, SayIntentions and Beyond ATC are both for PC.
Bravo Charlie climb and maintain 10,000.
I mean, there's definitely a huge, huge limitation being on Xbox, but at the least, though, at least the Xbox has the Marketplace, which is more than it's ever had. We haven't had a flight sim on Xbox before, so. Kugel says, do I have a preference between SayIntentions or Beyond ATC? Oh, man. It's just, for me, SayIntentions is better, but that's because I don't fly airliners to major airports. SayIntentions was built VFR first, and it really has a lot of things that I think are worth the money. The price is going to go down and is already going to be going down in the coming weeks as they figure out the new pricing model. They're going to drop it. I would anticipate maybe like $3 to $5 a month drop because only one of their services got cheaper, just ChatGPT. But for me, I like SayIntentions more just because it has a lot more going on. You can say anything to it. You know, you can mess with it kind of. It has the intercom feature where you talk to the tour guides inside, which is really cool. It's got multiplayer where you hear other players, which is also a unique thing. I don't anticipate Beyond ATC is going to have a multiplayer component. I mean, maybe they will, but their focus is very IFR airliner heavy, you know. It's focused on the traffic injection, which is going to be coming. They did early release, which everybody wanted, so everybody can take advantage of the ATC, which is like blazingly fast. The voices are incredible. It works really, really well. But I think SayIntentions is just, you know, they're just different approaches. SayIntentions is really all AI all the time, and you can just say anything to it. Not diminishing how good Beyond ATC is, they're just totally different. Yeah, SayIntentions is just kind of pushing the envelope a bit. They're like trying new things out, like the intercom with people like virtually in your plane with you can talk to. And then the multiplayer stuff is interesting. And now with like TaxiTuner is incredible. Like we can already fix taxiways today. Kind of crazy. But it's expensive, you know, like $25 or $30 a month is a lot, even for simmers. But you know, it's just an expensive hobby. So a lot of us are already paying $100 a year for Navigraph. Some people are paying for Pilot Edge. Like it's an expensive hobby. So you know, the price will come down over time, but yeah, they're just kind of pushing the kind of the bleeding edge of what they can do with AI. But Beyond ATC is incredible. I mean, I think everybody should own Beyond ATC because it's $30. Like you can't beat the price for $30 one time and turn on the basic voices and use it forever without paying for more. That's pretty insane. And the premium voices sound incredible. So yeah, and if you're doing airliner stuff, you're doing all IFR stuff, you don't care about multiplayer traffic, you don't want to deal with a subscription, those are all big reasons to just use Beyond ATC. I think they're both incredible. But yeah, if I had to pick, I would pick SayIntentions just because I'm doing a lot of random stuff. Like I'm in small planes, big planes, VFR, IFR. I love messing around with the AI.
Hotel Delta contact.
I like going in and being able to fix taxiways right now. You know, taxiway data will get better with Beyond ATC over time, but yeah, it's just there's a lot more things to do right now in SayIntentions. But I do think Beyond ATC kind of nailed the IFR stuff. A lot of it's really good. Yeah, both great products. I think everybody should get Beyond ATC because it's so much more affordable for everybody. So it's kind of a no-brainer for a lot of people to throw down $30. So I think people should get it and they'll be really happy with it. And then I think for people that can spend the extra money, hopping in for a month here and there of SayIntentions is good to try it out. Get the multiplayer experience and all that stuff. Really fun.
Climb and maintain flight level 320.
Climbing to flight level 320, Delta 246.
Minneapolis Experimental 6063 Echo has the field in sight. Oh no, this bug. So there is a bug that happens recently. I'm sure they'll fix it, but I can't use my push to talk after a while. It just stops working. I haven't changed the button or anything. I think if I go into settings. Yeah, if I go into settings and then close settings, it just works again. Minneapolis Center Experimental 6063 Echo. I have the field in sight.
Experimental 63 Echo. All right, when you get a chance, contact Lincoln Tower.
All right, switching over to Lincoln Tower, 63 Echo.
Contact Albuquerque Center on 124.325.
Could we cancel flight following for 63 Echo? All right, so we're going to swing around this way, turn right, and land on runway 18.
Experimental 63 Echo, roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
Squawk VFR, frequency change approved. See ya, 63 Echo.
What's your message?
All right, and then over to Lincoln Tower.
Albuquerque Center.
How far away are we roughly? Do I have a little ring on this one that shows us our distance or not? I might have to enable it.
Turn right, heading 215 until
That's 0.8 miles. We're like 2 miles to the northwest, so. Lincoln Tower Experimental 6063 Echo, 3 miles to the northwest. Request full stop landing runway 18. Adding, oh, we do have information, Mike. I think it might have been updated.
Experimental 6063 Echo, Lincoln Tower. Enter right downwind for runway 18.
We're actually to the northwest on a base for 18. Is that okay? November 63 Echo. Should have been descending for a while. Just pulling my throttle out.
Experimental 63 Echo, winds 250 at 6 runway 18, cleared to land.
All right, runway 18 clear to land, November 63 Echo. Yeah, beyond ATC will be worth it when they get injection, yeah. I know SayIntentions says that they're going to be working on that as well. But yeah, assuming like beyond ATC beats them to it, who knows? Who knows what the priorities are? But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be awesome. I love both of them. I don't think there's any downside to either one of them for people other than the cost. Yeah, it's just different. All right, runway 18 cleared to land. I should probably turn on OBS. There are several. Oh no, this is definitely the super long runway. The other one's over this direction and then over this direction. So this looks like 18 to me. All right, let's get that fuel pump on. Yeah, runway 18, right? Yeah, I think we're good. All right, we're going to ignore the taxi instructions when we get down, just because it's going to be wrong because I haven't fixed it like I did the first airport, but... And then maybe I'll hop in the Meridian at 2 smaller airports as well and fix another one. All right, let's slip down a little bit so I can get our flaps down. Oh, just started to fall down the simming rabbit hole. Man, it's such a good time to sim. Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 is coming out later this year. At the least, hopefully we'll get some really big performance improvements and some better scenery and stuff. Like they're gonna fix some maybe more elevation data and stuff. I'm hoping for shared cockpit, but I don't want to get my hopes up. I doubt they're gonna launch with it, but yeah, with what's going on with Beyond ATC and with SayIntentions, and there are so many good planes out, like FSReborn, Black Square, the A2A Comanche, the Just Flight Tomahawk is incredible. There's so many good planes out. It's just like, man, it's just like such a good time to play Microsoft Flight Sim.
on 542 Alpha X-ray.
All right, there's 2 reds. There's 4 reds.
4 Fox Alpha 2, cleared for takeoff, runway tree 0, wind calm. Cleared for takeoff, runway tree 0, Bonanza, 64 Fox Alpha 2.
This is like a 10,000-foot runway. I think we'll be okay here.
3029er Foxtrot, welcome to Renton. Contact ground on 121.6.
for 3029er Foxtrot.
No, a little too long. Yeah, I thought I would do under 100 feet per minute, but I did not. Fail. Should make this exit. This is a huge runway. We'll get out of the way.
Experimental 63 Echo, welcome to Lincoln. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Over to ground on 0.9 or 63 Echo. Let's see if they give me crap for saying 0.9er. They did not. All right, fuel pump off, landing light off. And I guess we can see what they're going to give us. Bad taxiway instructions, but just curious what they say. Have not fixed this one. Lincoln ground, experimental 6063 Echo, clear of runway 18, taxi to the FBO. We're probably here at Echo. 121.9er. I didn't activate it. Let's try that again. Test number 2. Lincoln ground, experimental 6063 Echo, clear of runway 18 at Echo. Request taxi to transient parking. Try to guess where they're sending us, but then the names are going to be wrong. We can maybe infer based on runway crossings.
Experimental 6063 Echo, Lincoln ground, taxi to transient parking via Golf. Have a good day.
All right, it's parking via Golf 63 Echo. Wow, that was so loud.
Raccoon fact of the day. Raccoons are omnivores. Their diet consists of nuts, berries, insects, small invertebrates, and Taco Bell. Taco, raccoon.
Taco, raccoon. Taco. Thanks for the raccoon fact of the day, raccoon. Thanks for the super chat, dude. Taco Bell. So we're already, this is already like the whole GA area, I guess, the west ramp and the hot cargo area. There's an FSR 500 on the ground right here. I think all of you guys have landed already, right? Oh no, they haven't. You're coming in. You're coming in right now. Why am I not stopping? What's happening? Stop. Parking brake on. Parking brake on. Oh, look, the nameplates died real quick. All right, they're back. All right, here we go. Subscribe to Raccoon Facts. Yes, here we go. All right, FX Society in the Sling.
Delta traffic on final approach.
Corrupt in the Cessna 172. Cyber in the Sting as well. And then Pandion, DA40, looks to be in our group. All right, bring it in. Do roll proud. I think there's a little uphill here, actually. All right, Corrupt's first in the Cherokee. Grab the landing camera. Ma, look. I'm landing. We had some chubby raccoons. They eat well in my neighborhood. Yeah, all that Taco Bell. Oh my God, that was beautiful centerline. Doing the sling justice. right, who's next? Manolin in the 207. Is the 207's a stationary, right? He had a little wobble like me. Got moving to the fast lane. That's good. You can tell he's avoiding the center line. He doesn't want to be accused of cheating in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Touching the center line is obviously you have hacks on your computer. Nice. Lake Pilot in the Bronco. We actually see the nose gear down in that. It's kind of surprising, actually. Why do we see the gear down? What's going on? Whoa. The gear is now very down. There's a pilot and a co-pilot in there.
Alright, contact tower 123.6.
Alright, Pry Fly coming in the Bronco as well. Yeah, I wonder why it's showing the gear down in these. Maybe it always shows the gear down. Oh, very nice. Oh, I can't wait for... I know it's not like raining here or anything, but when Sim Update 15 comes out, I'm kind of looking forward to watching you guys land because we'll be able to... Big game's coming in upside down. I'll be able to see all the effects, like if we're in a rainy or dirty area or grass strips where like dirt's flying up and stuff. It's going to be really cool. Oh, God. Man down. Hey, Ground, we just witnessed a plane, little crash landing from this extra here on the runway. Can you send the emergency trucks out? All right, we're going to get some help out here for you. Oh, no, he's gone. He's not only a stunt pilot, but a magician.
Experimental 6-3 Echo emergency services are on their way. Thank you for the report.
Yeah, no problem. Keep that coffee flowing, you know what I'm saying? 6-3 Echo. Have a good one. All right, Cyber's coming in the sling as well. And then Pandion in the DA40. And then we'll switch over to the FSR500 into the Meridian, do another flight. Dude says, how are we 4 years into this game and vans are still flying across the runway, T-boning aircraft? Yeah. I actually, that's one thing X-Plane 12 actually does pretty well is like freeway traffic and stuff like that. I remember when I tried X-Plane 12 when it came out, just for like one stream. I liked, the freeway traffic looked good. It wasn't like clipping into the ground and anything crazy like that. Very nice, Cyber. See, this is a 14 or 15 out of 10 landing. You can tell he could have touched the center line, but didn't want to get accused of cheating in a video game. So he intentionally didn't touch the center line with the wheel. Which is that's the true center line, is just avoiding the center line. Very smart. Oh, I missed the DA40. I'm sorry. Running into the ground equipment's part of the Microsoft Flight Sim experience. 100%. 100%. Sorry, Pandion, I missed your touchdown. We're still gonna stare at your plane for a second. Yeah, just random pickup trucks. And there's a box truck over there. I guess that could be a thing. All right, let's switch over. We'll fly. No, let's not fly from this airport because I want to correct another one. Maybe I can find 2 small airports to correct with the TaxiTuner. I think the hard part is, I don't know that I'll find a bird strike area today, but we'll at least look at it in the settings. There's a new setting in the Meridian for bird strikes. And I don't know how it notifies you that there's a bird strike or something. Maybe there's like a voice warning or something that plays and yells bird strike. I'm not sure what to expect, like how you know there was a bird strike, because I don't think it'll like simulate the actual birds in the sim. Like, we're not going to see any birds, I would assume. Oh, man, what if there is? I mean, Raw put in the whole taxi or the whole fuel truck thing with the hoses and put in the passengers arriving with their luggage. Maybe there is an actual bird strike animation. I don't really want to see it if there is one, but, you know, for science, we're going to have to try it. All right, let's go ocean blue. Let's see, did we get updates here as well? Okay, not for this. So the update with the liveries was this. There are light and regular liveries for the FSR 500. So I believe the light ones have like slightly lower res internal texturing on the seats and stuff like that. So if you want more performance, you can use one of the light liveries. And then when it comes to the Sting or the Sling, the liveries are based on whether you want the G3X Touch or if you happen to have the PMS50 GTN, you can use the separate liveries for that. It's no longer a hot swap thing. You have to choose it in the livery now. All right, let's head over to good old random flight generator. And what do I usually do? Like between 100 and 200 miles. Go ahead and do that. We'll fix another airport. Beatrice to Sioux City. Now I need to pick not only based on if they have an airport diagram, but how complex it is. This one's not bad at Sioux City. Beatrice. Just put in Sioux City because that one's fine. K sucks is our arrival. And then let's try to find one with a small like taxiway configuration on the way out. What's Algona? Algona Municipal. No taxiway diagram. Manhattan? Manhattan Regional. Oh, this one is small too. Okay, there we go. Done. And do we have any weather? No, the weather's to the south. All in Texas right now, apparently. Yeah, that is crazy right now. Is it in Texas already? It looks like it's... I mean, there's some to the central part of the state, but... It looks like... Is that like... Is it Louisiana right next door? Right there, I think. Yikes. Hope if you guys live there, everything is okay. That looks scary. All right, and this is 195 miles. So MHK to sucks. MHK Manhattan Regional. And I can fix both of them. I could fix the other one while we're en route if I want to. All right, M500. This is a different livery, so I think it treats it like a different plane. So my wear and tear is not going to be crazy on this, I don't think. Base says we also saw an alien spacecraft during the X-Plane stream. Oh, yeah. What was that? Was there actually... Did they put UFOs in? I don't know if I actually know what actually happened. Kugel says, what are the bird populations based on? It's based on the real world ATIS report, I believe. So what the airport actually reports for the conditions at the airport every hour, every time they update the ATIS, they'll include whether there's birds in the vicinity or not. So I think it's based on the ATIS for that airport. I just don't know if I'd be able to find one. So if we happen to have birds in the vicinity, then, then that'll be a bonus, but I don't know that I'll be able to hunt them down. Okay, so the big new thing in here is going to be the bird thing under realism. Yep, there it is. General bird strikes. You can turn on bird strikes now, which is terrifying because this is a single engine. So yeah, could be catastrophic. And I have all the other ones on. All right, everything here says okay. And yep, fuel weights down here in the bottom right. Thank you. Thank you, Raul, for adding this. Yeah, how I did it before was I would pull our fuel all the way down here, look at the estimated total weight, and then add however many pounds of fuel I needed. Just the difference there. But now we have the pounds on each side, and then we have the total fuel weight over here on the right, so I can just look on the right when I add it. Okay, it's not updating anymore. Did I break something? Okay, it's not updating. Oh, you know what? That's because I'm not hitting... Oh, I can't see it change until I load it, right? Oh, as I load it, I see it. Okay, so I'll just have to do it based on the estimation in each tank. So I'll just fill it so it's half on each side then. Okay, still not bad. And then once I load it, then we can see it over here on the right side. Okay, so let me go back to SimBrief. New flight, and we are going KMHK to KSUX in the P46 Tango. P46. There we go. Piper M500. And we'll take one passenger, which will be our dog or our cat. And oh yeah, I thought this was 190 miles. Really, that's the flight plan, just to JOTEB. That's pretty sweet. All right, sounds good. Simple flight plan. What's up? Steve says Mentor Pilot mentioned an incident of a porcupine strike. An eagle. Oh, an eagle caught a porcupine and dropped it to evade collision, and they hit the porcupine. That is insane. What are the chances? All right, 28,000 feet. I'll paste the route in as usual. This is such an easy route. I'm gonna go to SayIntentions and change my call sign back over to Meridian. Meridian 63 Echo. There we go. All right, and let me get this imported everywhere. All of the places. There we go. Import over here. We're gonna fix this taxiway. Fix these taxiways real quick. Probably, I bet I can do it in less than, maybe about 5 minutes. Yeah, we only have, there are no taxiways go out to runway 13 up here. So we really only have to fix this straight line. We have Alpha all the way down. And then we have Echo here that goes to this fire station area near the east ramp. And then the intersections are all letters. So Alpha extends all the way. It's the first and the last intersection. Then we have Bravo, Charlie, and then Foxtrot way up here to the north. So this should be a pretty fast one. All right, so KMHK. All right, let's switch over, do the editor, clone it, and make it my default right off the bat. And let's fix these taxiways real quick. All right, so taxiway Alpha is correct, except that it's marked as the intersections, but we have Alpha everywhere, so that's nice because we just won't have to edit it. And then it's got Bravo instead of Echo, so this yellow one right here is actually Echo, and the lines look good to me. I think these blue lines can be included. Okay, so I'll click up here and we will edit. And first, select all of Bravo right here. And we're going to rename Bravo to Echo and then save it. Okay, now it says Echo. So we just fix these lines right here. These are nothing right now, so we'll name them all Echo. Echo, that's Echo. Okay, nice. That's all Echo. That is nothing. And then that's Alpha in between, so that's correct. Okay, now if we enter the runway here right next to Echo. Actually, this is not a taxiway. Yeah, there's no I guess it is actually. You could enter the runway on Alpha right there at that intersection. Okay, so we'll leave that alone. That is fine. All right, so then if we follow it up this way, this is technically Foxtrot right here, this intersection. So I'm going to grab these waypoints and name it Fox. And then this entrance is also Fox. And then up here it continues on Alpha, so that's also correct. Alpha all the way through here. All right, Alpha, good. This is Echo, which we already did, and Echo extends all the way down here. And then Echo also enters runway 31, which is right here. Okay, that's all correct. Echo, Echo, Echo. Looks good. All right, now we're going to follow Alpha down here to Charlie. So this is going to be Charlie, actually. Here it says D on the world map. It says Delta, but according to Navigraph, this is now Charlie. So we'll just grab all these, rename it to Charlie. Nice. That's all done. This is still Alpha in between them. And then the next one down here is Bravo. Almost got all of them. That's enough for now. Save those as Bravo. There's a couple pieces here I missed. Good. And then in here, a couple pieces. Just got to make sure they connect the dots correctly. All right, Bravo is done. And then this should still be Alpha. Oh, no, this is Bravo. Oh, this is Charlie. Okay, so now I'll just grab Bravo and rename it to Charlie. Okay, whoops, this is Charlie. So this is Charlie, but just compared to the... Oh, no, it's just my fault. Okay, yeah, this is Charlie. All right, Charlie's good. And let's make sure this is correct. Charlie. Okay, Charlie's good. It probably won't give us an intersection anyway, but we're going to make it accurate. And then this is Bravo down here. All Bravo. Okay, so this is all Alpha in yellow. Bravo is in green right there. Alpha goes all the way up and around. Then up here we have Fox. This purple one is Echo. We can take it onto both runways, actually. Alpha enters runway there, yes. Charlie right there. And then... Oh, wait. I'm so confused. There's an extra... Okay, there's an extra taxiway. So this one right here does not exist. The one that says Delta. So there are two Charlies. So over here... See, right here, there's no taxiway. In this whole area where the tower is and everything, there's only Charlie on the south side. There's nothing between runway 31 and Charlie. So we need to delete that. We need to delete that taxiway right here. So this one is correct. This is Charlie. This one is wrong. So we can actually delete the taxiway. So we're going to go in here, grab all of these, and just hit delete selected. And it's actually going to delete all these points. Delete. And then this one. Delete Charlie. I could have just selected all Charlie, but that's fine. Or I would have accidentally deleted the other one. Okay, so that's gone, which is correct. All right, I think we're good. All right, that's good enough for now. I think we'll do the other one en route. So that one is already taking effect now, so we're good. All right, taxiway number 2, edited. We're contributing. Steve got a bird strike, needs to go to sleep. All right, Steve. Have a good one, dude. Nice to see you. All right, let's get the airport names first. All right, this is Manhattan Regional. Marshall Air Force departure. Huh. Okay, so I'm just going to write Manhattan, and then we're going to Sioux City, right? KSUX. Sioux Gateway, but it's called Sioux City Ground, Sioux City Tower. Okay, cool. Let's get this thing started up. Bird strikes are on. I have no idea what to expect with the bird strikes. Let's check our sim brief again for our fuel. All right, 852 pounds of fuel. And 28,000 feet is what we're expecting. All right, 852 on the fuel. So we got 726. 781. So 852 would be like 430 in each tank. There, 433, 428. All right, 441, that's fine. Load instant, and then in the passenger seat number 1, we'll have our dog. Or it's a cat today. All right, we'll leave the cat on. Okay, I think we're all set. Let's get our flight plan entered here. What's really nice about doing it here is it's just going to program it in the G1000 for us automatically. All right, now let's get... I feel like it's been a long time since I've flown this. All right, so we just get battery on, fuel pumps to manual, and ignition to manual, and then we just hit push start. We're going to wait for this to give us engine information. There we go. All right. Wait for 12 on the NGs. Introduce fuel. We're at 21 already. Or sorry, no, we're not. NG 16. And introduce fuel. I think the engine sounds are too soft now. All right, temperature's good. NG's in the green. Start turned off automatically. Avionics on. Gen and alternator. Fuel pumps to auto and ignition to off. Should have had our nav light on. All right, the G1000. You'll love it. You love to see it. All right, pink needles are on. Let's get our flaps to 10%. Cabin comfort on, bleed air on. Air conditioning on. On low. All right. And let's just check our flight plan. We're just going straight north pretty much. All right, let's get the ATIS. Oh man, I wish we could get the frequencies on this. That would be so awesome. Can get the frequencies on the charts, but all right, ATIS 119075, Ace Sauce actually 075. Okay, and then after that we'll get ground 2185. $119,075. Yeah, that is correct. Not hearing anything just yet. Maybe the ATIS is down. How'd you get a cat? It's called Man's Best Friend. It's from Got Friends. If you just Google Got Friends, it's free. If you're on PC, just download it and install it. There's like a bunch of cats, a bunch of dogs. It's great. What's up, Tyler? Tyler says status update on loading of passengers is hilarious. Oh, yeah, yeah. I didn't do the real time, but yeah, when they're like taking selfies, flirting with the pilot. Yeah, that's it. Just what Jewel said. Yeah, Man's Best Friend. It's such a good add-on. I can change the cat out real quick. Usually each stream I change it out. I haven't done it yet today. We have Raj in there. Let's go for a puppy this time. We want the Shiba. Love the Dalmatian. How about Hank? Big boy Doberman Hank. There we go. Yeah, they're pretty detailed too. All good boys, of course. 15 out of 10. Some of them 18 out of 10, believe it or not. Some people say that's impossible, but they obviously don't know anything about rating dogs. All right, we'll just get the numbers this time. 2978. We'll just skip the ATIS, go straight to ground. And we'll get our IFR clearance. Tower is 118.55. Get that in the standby. And we're Meridian this time. And for departure, we're going to expect 121.25 according to the chart. And eventually we'll expect flight level 280. And we might get direct, they might say something like direct JOTEB then as filed. So I'm typing that in as well. And we'll just say we have the numbers. All right, let's contact Manhattan Ground. Manhattan Ground. Whoops. I didn't know that it was transmitting, so I let go of it. So now we just said Manhattan Ground. They're going to say go ahead, maybe. Oh, Sean, you have autopilot? Yeah. Yeah, it's hilarious. I've seen it, but I haven't used it myself. It's on flightsim.to, right? Manhattan Ground, Meridian 6063 Echo IFR to Sioux City. They didn't even reply to us. They're like, they don't know who it is, so they're like, whatever. I wonder if it's down right now. Let me check the Discord. Seems like we've been having some issues. Or I'm on the wrong frequency again? Oh yeah, nobody's listening on 121.8. Isn't that what it says? 121, oh, 121.85. Whoops. All right, there we go. Let's try again. I'm just doing so great right now. Manhattan Ground, Meridian 6063 Echo, request IFR to Sioux City. I don't know why I say request. We should be picking up our IFR. It's already on file, so. All right, we'll expect direct JOTAB, and then a climb, and then 121.25, and then a squawk. I'll get ready to put that in.
6063 Echo, Manhattan Ground cleared to Sioux City. Radar vectors JOTAB, then as filed. Climb and maintain 4000. Expect flight level 28010 minutes after departure. Departure on 121.25. Squawk 2342.
Clear to Sioux City, vectors JOTAB, then as filed, climb and maintain 4000. Departure on 121.25, squawk 2342, Meridian 63 Echo. All right, climb maintain 4000.
Meridian 63 Echo, read back correct?
Hey, your voice changed. Did they just have a shift or something? What just happened there? They shifted between...
Echo, just following protocol. Taxi to runway 3 via Alpha and Bravo.
All right, taxi to runway 3 via Alpha and Bravo, 63 Echo. Hey, they gave us an intersection. Look at that. So correct taxiway as we'd expect because I just corrected it, but Alpha to Bravo. So we're not going full length Alpha. They're having us go to Bravo. Maybe because it's displaced there. I'm not sure. We'll see when we get over there. But pretty cool. They want us to go to Bravo and not just Alpha all the way. Pretty neat. We're good. Climb maintain 4000. Oh, transponder code. Let's put that in. Altitude and code is 2342. 2342. 2342 altitude. Hey, is altitude not green anymore? It's usually green. I guess maybe that's a change. All right, and then climb maintain 4000. That's set. And they want us to go to runway 3036 on the heading for runway 3. So we'll get that in 036. And they're going to give us vectors, so we stay on runway heading until they assign us vectors. All right, flight level change in heading mode shortcuts. Those are done. And we're going to climb at 125, which was an update they made to the Meridian. Now the VY here shows 125 instead of 140. I remember I was confused. I thought that we climbed at 140 if we were going to a certain altitude. In hindsight, I feel stupid for thinking that. But yeah, now the case, you start at 125. And then once you're a ways up, you can switch up to like 145 or 140.
Tree 15 X-ray Papa, hold short
once you're up into like the flight levels.
On final approach. Holding short of Delta Cherokee.
All right, 125 is set. Or actually, I think it's probably just for obstacle clearance. Then we switch to 140. Okay, that is all set. We already did our environmental stuff, so let's get our taxi light on. Why can't I do my taxi light? Oh, my shortcut's messing with it. All right, there we go. Taxi light, strobe is off for now. Pitot heat will turn on when we get to the threshold. And yeah, ignition is good for now. All right, and they gave us taxi already. Runway 3 via Alpha Bravo. All right, parking brake is off. Taxi light
Airbus
is on.
450 Alpha Bravo, taxi to runway 09 via taxiways Golf and Foxtrot.
Taxiing to runway 09 via Golf and Foxtrot, Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo.
I guess we're just going to go over the grass here. This will be fine. The paint goes right over the grass anyway over here. All right, beta mode is on. Oh yeah, I also need to set our rudder trim to the right 3. So I'm going to do that, 3 degrees. All right, that is done. And I see on the MFD, we're already in flaps 10. Fuel condition is good. No prop RPM in this thing. All right, the heading indicator looks good. All right, so we're going to take the first runway on Bravo here. We're just going to turn right.
Taxiing to holding point Alpha 2 via Bravo and Alpha Cherokee, 315 X-ray Papa.
Is that the short somebody's in? Oh, no, it's not. That's a King Air. It looks so boxy from the side.
Taxiway Bravo holds short of taxiway Echo.
Did they add more voices? I feel like I'm hearing more voices now. Maybe they added some. That's been one of my few complaints is I wish they had more voices. It's not even a complaint, it's just a wish list. All right, so we're at we're at 1060, so 11, so 500 feet up we can turn on autopilot, so call it 1600 feet for autopilot. Beta mode is on, pitot heat is off. Pitot heat is on now, and we're turning off beta mode. Stall heat inhibited, and in a second we'll turn on our fuel pump and ignition and landing light and strobe.
Proceed to holding point Charlie 2 via taxiway Echo.
And let's switch over to the tower and put in our departure frequency 2125. 2125. Manhattan Tower, Meridian 63 Echo, holding short runway 3, ready for departure. All right, parking brake is off. I'm holding the brakes. Fuel pumps manual, ignition manual. Landing light and strobe light on. Taxi light off. Pitot heat on. Okay, looks good. Did I put in the wrong one again? I put in the wrong frequency, didn't I? What is wrong with me today? What am I doing? Tower. No, I'm right. 118.55. Oh, no. 0.055. Oh, my God. It is my fault again. There we go. I'm talking to nobody half the time. Manhattan Tower, Meridian 6063 Echo, ready for departure runway A3. All right, 7,000 foot runway, 7,400 feet actually.
Meridian 6063 Echo Manhattan Tower, winds calm runway 3, cleared for takeoff. Fly runway heading.
Runway 3 clear for takeoff, fly runway heading, Meridian 63 Echo. All right, let's go. And gotta remember we can over torque this thing, so we will hold our brakes and bring the torque up first. Can bring it to about 1,200. Similar to the Duke. I think the Duke is 1,200 on the turbine too. All right, got the brakes. Runway heading is set. Careful with the torque so I don't destroy the engine. All right, there's about 1230 on the torque. Nice. Release the brakes. Rotate is 85. I'm gonna get to watch Raccoon take off in the beautiful MU2. All right, 70. We have gear to put up in this thing. 80, 85, rotate. Rotate? Please rotate. Yeah, we're up. Looks like I needed a little more nose up trim than I thought. I usually do it at neutral, but yeah. All right, gear up. 1,600 feet for autopilot. Over 115 knots, flaps up.
Duke 25 Papa, currently in ramp 2, ready for taxi, expecting runway 11.
Alpha Juliet 75, runway 4 cleared to land.
1,500 feet. $1,600 feet, autopilot and yaw damper on. And let's change our speed to 140 now.
Alpha Mike, make left traffic, runway 36, cleared for takeoff.
I'll do 130. Alright, we should get our departure call. Let's get our fuel pumps to auto, ignition to auto.
Meridian 63 Echo, contact departure.
Over to departure 63 Echo, see ya. 121.25, and this is like Marshall departure or something like that? Marshall, or Kansas City Center. I'm just gonna say departure. Departure, Meridian 6063 Echo, 3000, climbing 4000, heading 036.
LS runway 36 center approach. That's 36 center, please.
Alright, did they hear us? Alright, leveling off at 4,000. We'll have to pull back on the throttle. They did not hear us, maybe? I guess because that other person was transmitting. Oh, I can just hit enter and retry.
Meridian 63 Echo, good morning.
4 Bravo Delta negative. Say again.
Alright, they just gave us a good morning. Alright, so hopefully we'll get climbed to flight level 280 or something. Just increasing our selected altitude. And pulling back on our speed because we're getting close to the yellow. Alright, good morning is all we got. They're supposed to give us vectors to JOTEB. And once we're en route, I'm going to fix the other airport. So the runways, the taxiways will be good for us by the time we get there. Yes, look at Ant's TB. Is this Ant's contrail? Ant, did you come from that direction? Did you come from a different airport or something?
63 Echo, climb and maintain 12,000.
Climb and maintain 12,000, 63 Echo. Alright, 12,000. Flight level change. And flight level change speed, let's do 140. 145? Actually, we're supposed to do, sorry, I always mess this up, 125 until we're higher than the flight levels, basically. I think up to 20,000 feet, and then after 20,000 feet, we do 140. And we can give it a bunch of power now. Back up to 1200 on the torque. I love this plane, man. No bird strike on takeoff, that's good. Alright, passengers. Dog is not wearing the seatbelt, which is fine, but we're gonna put down the we're gonna put out the delicious stuff for them anyway. There we go. Treats for the dog, coffee for me, treats for the dog.
Meridian 63 Echo, contact Kansas City Center on 127.35.
127.35, Meridian 63 Echo. Alright, can I put in the frequency correctly this time? Yes, I can. Alright, this is Kansas City.
Contact tower on 118.1.
Kansas City Center, Meridian 6063 Echo, 7,000, climbing 12,000. Alright, we haven't gotten any vectors yet, but not too far off. Not too far off from the airport yet, I guess. Still have it in sight back there. Oh, Ant says I came from the same airport as you. Got a head start. I wonder why it looks like your contrail came from like way over that direction. Like it doesn't look like you took off. Like, yeah, isn't that? It's just like throwing a contrail in the air. It definitely looks like it's attached to you.
Cessna 72 Tree Foxtrot Lima, remain at or below 5,000.
They're not responding to us again, did they?
Below 5,000, Cessna 72 Tree Foxtrot Lima.
Piper 456 Alpha Bravo.
Maybe they'll get back to us.
Maintain 6500.
So what's interesting is I think right now we actually hear, if anybody's using SayIntentions, on X-Plane already. I believe we hear them in the multiplayer traffic. It's sim agnostic, I think is what they said during the live stream today, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's kind of like another VATSIM-like feature. You not only hear other pilots, but it's cross-sim. Should have flown the Antonov. I bet that thing makes gnarly contrails. I don't know if it's maybe it is based on the engine type or how many engines. Probably. I think during their trailer for SimFX, I think it showed multiple different configurations, like single.
Meridian 6063 Echo, Kansas City Center, climb and maintain 17,000.
Climb and maintain 17,000, Meridian 63 Echo. All right, nice. So they didn't respond to us earlier, but it sounded like there was a bunch of traffic, and then they responded to us.
132.1.
Or maybe they just didn't give us a response, and that was just them throwing out the instruction. I really want to turn onto course though. We're supposed to expect vectors, and they haven't given us any. Center, Meridian 63 Echo is still on a 036 heading. Can we make our turn on course yet? Yeah, you can ask for a heading. Yep. Yeah, you can ask him anything.
Meridian 63 Echo, turn approved. Proceed on course.
All right, turn approved. Proceed on course, Meridian 63 Echo. Nice. All right, we'll turn to the left. Nav mode is on standby. Let's go a little shallower to the course, just like 15 degrees. There we go. All right, we're climbing up to 17,000. I wish I saw a contrail out behind Corrupt as well. He's in the Vision Jet. Yeah, I only see the one contrail. I think it's I think we're just waiting for Sim Update 15, and then Sim Effects is going to change a lot because we should be able to see all the multiplayer effects. Jewel says that's the nice thing about SayIntentions beyond ATC. We just say negative. Yeah, that is one of the big differences, is like beyond ATC has to basically put in approval for, they have to code it for you to be able to say certain things and to respond certain ways. And I'm sure they'll add a lot of that stuff. Like they just need to, you know, put in each one. Whereas, yeah, SayIntentions is just AI being AI, large language model things. But it's not, you know, I think, yeah, over time, I think beyond ATC, it'll just get closer and closer to what SayIntentions can do, just because they'll add in stuff. Like, it is on their roadmap to add, you know, like emergency procedures and stuff like that.
45.
And I'm sure, like, requesting different approaches, I'm sure they'll put all that stuff in. It's just a matter of time. But yeah, right now, SayIntentions just, it'll make stuff up if it has to, based on what it knows, so it's kind of cool. Still in early access. Yeah, technically both of them are in early access betas, but I don't know when they're going to consider themselves not in beta.
Oakland Center, roger.
Chicago Center, Delta 46, we're ready for descent into Minneapolis.
Delta 46, Chicago Center, roger.
I wonder how many pilots got added. Like, I wonder how many people are trying it out today from the X-Plane world.
Meridian 63 Echo, climb and maintain flight level 220.
Climb and maintain flight level 220, Meridian 63 Echo. Alright, 220, I'll just change it to standard right now. Why not? 2992. Still going 1400 feet per minute. I can add some more power. I always forget to add power as we're climbing. There we go. That should give us a good couple hundred feet per minute faster. 1650, 1700 and climbing. And pressurization looks good. Still climbing. Auto pressurization is nice, though I'm getting a little used to it in the Duke. All right, I think, let's see, how far do we have? We have 174 miles, so it's funny we only have a couple waypoints, but it's over a pretty long distance. But this will give me time to correct the Sioux City diagram. I don't know if anybody wants to watch me do it. I don't have to pull it up. You guys don't have to see it if you don't want to. This is a bigger one though. What's really cool is when you load it up, so if I go there and somebody else happens to have already done it, I'll see their airport up here in the list. So like if I type in like, I don't know who did what exactly, KMHT? I'm trying to remember which ones I've seen people do. I don't. Anyway, it does happen. I'm just not gonna go look at Discord right now. What's up, Ninja? Still enjoying BATC, just more rigid. Yeah, no, BATC is great. Yeah, they're both great.
Southwest 5232, Denver Center. Good evening.
All right, I'm gonna start correcting Sioux City in the background here.
Delta 46, contact Minneapolis Center on 124.4.
And sometimes it has the correct taxiways in there. Okay, it's just got Alpha.
Over to Minneapolis Center, 124.4, Delta 46.
Bravo is actually Charlie, and this might be Echo. All right, we're gonna delete Charlie and rename Bravo to Charlie. I don't know if you guys want to watch me do this again. If you don't want to see it, I can change it, but I'm gonna go in here and take Charlie, which is this green one that is not a legit taxiway, and remove it. Charlie is actually this north-south one called Bravo, so I'm gonna rename Bravo to Charlie. That already gets us a lot of the way there. Now we have some intersections, like, yeah, all the intersections are letters, it looks like. So we don't have any like Alpha 1, Alpha 2 type intersections at Sioux City.
Southwest 887, maintain Mach 78.
Maintaining Mach 78, Southwest 887.
Mach 78, that accent. All right, I think I'll go up to 140 knots now. Get our ground speed up for the next 2,000 feet of climbing here. Got standard baro turned on. Yeah, $30 a month is steep. Yep. I agree. It is. They did say it will be coming down soon, though. I bet it'll go down to between 25 and 28 bucks, something like that. 25.99, something like that. It'll just be a few bucks because it's only one of the services they pay for. It'd be crazy if it was more than that, but I mean, it's only been out a few months, and they're already gonna get a price decrease because of the technology getting better with with ChatGPT, so it's pretty cool. All right, let's continue the editing here. All right, so I'm just gonna start in the top left, and this is Alpha. Yep, that's correct. This intersection is here. Here's Foxtrot. Rename that to Foxtrot, and it still says Alpha for some reason. Save. There we go, Foxtrot. More taxiway editing. It's a little mini game we play. There's Foxtrot. Okay, that's all done. Anyways, keep going down. The next intersection is Delta. And yeah, Delta actually goes up here where this one is. So this blue one is part of Delta. Yeah, this whole thing is Delta, so we'll choose that. Let's get these little pieces here. All of these are Delta, and all of these blue ones that go onto the runway are Delta as well.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu radar contact at altimeter 290901.
Delta all the way through this intersection, but the middle of the intersection needs to stay as Alpha. So I need to make sure not to delete that one if I can. I'm not going to delete it. I can always correct my mistake.
118.6.
Then all of this down here is going to be Delta as well. Delta, Delta. I'm just leaving the red line through the middle because that's the continuation of Alpha. But these turn-ons and turn-offs are onto Delta.
Alaska 709.
And
cleared
this
direct
red
to
one
Waypoint
here,
Bravo, Romeo,
also
India.
Delta.
Cleared
All
direct
right,
to
that's what
Bravo,
we want.
Romeo, India, Alaska 709.
Delta, and now all the way over here is Delta as well. And this little piece down here. All right, I think Delta is done. Yep, that looks good. And then this one here should be Charlie. To the north, we have Echo. This is Echo. Everything here is Echo. E, not Charlie. And then all these branches here that connect to Charlie are also Echo. Echo.
Frontier 887, report altitude passing. Frontier
And a straight line.
Passing through flight level 260.
All right, nice. Orange is Echo, and then the yellow one is Charlie. Just make sure that's Charlie. It is, and this blue one is nothing. It does go up that direction, but it doesn't really have... Yeah, it doesn't really have a number, a name past that point. I guess it could be Echo, maybe. It's kind of hard to tell. I'll come back to that in a second. All right, Delta, and then this yellow one should be Charlie going all the way down.
Maintaining Mach 78, Southwest 887.
Is that a human or AI? I think it's a human, right? Okay, this is Charlie turning on to Alpha, so we'll want to name this blue one here Charlie. This turn on to Alpha. There we go. And then, what is this crossing? I don't think this exists. Yeah, over on the map, where Charlie is, we have Alpha going all the way up here. Charlie intersects with it, but nothing goes onto the runway except for Charlie here. We're like a taxiway artist now. Yeah, so this is where Charlie touches Alpha. So I think we get rid of all these blue ones
Southwest
right here.
5430, contact Oakland Center on 128.7.
I guess we could say that this is maybe part of Alpha. Yeah, this is maybe Alpha if you're getting onto the runway in that direction. But this section right here doesn't exist. So I'm going to delete these.
Southwest 5430 at 35,000 feet.
Oops, delete selected. Yeah, there's no turn off there. So we're going to delete all those. And I can select these and filter out the alphas and the Charlies and then hit delete. Beautiful. All right, that looks better. And then this, we'll just call this Alpha just in case it helps get people onto the runway there. Okay, now down here we have Bravo.
Ground Center Southwest 5430. Can we descend to 26,000 feet?
Bravo is just the one where it starts the turn, so... Alpha goes all the way down and then Bravo turns left to be on the runway, but not at the threshold. So it's kind of messed up where it is a little bit, but we're still going to call this all Bravo.
26,000. Southwest 5430.
Oh no, I messed up. Look, I messed up. So that weird one I deleted was supposed to be Bravo, I think. I might have to start over. It does show Bravo up there, but the problem is there was no... It was way up here, right?
Delta 46 descend and
yeah, we're
maintain
missing a
flight level
taxiway for
210.
Bravo. Bravo, you know, it shows it on the street map. So up here, like this is where I deleted them from. Bravo is right here. It shows it on the street map. So we're just missing Bravo right now. So down here at the other end is actually where Golf is at. So Alpha goes and then curves down to the runway. So this is actually all Alpha. But then Golf is going to come from that east side. So that's Alpha. And then Alpha is both of these. Just in case they need to turn on to Golf for some reason. Actually, I'm going to make this Golf.
Meridian 63, Echo climb and maintain flight level 280.
Whoa, 280. Oh yeah, that was our final. Climb and maintain flight level 280, Meridian 63 Echo. 280, nice. right, flight level change 145 knots. Up to 1250 on the torque. At a start finish line, yeah. You're gonna butter the TBM. Do it.
11,000 Southwest 5232.
Man, we're going up at 2,600 feet per minute. Let me double check the checklist here. Are we supposed to be doing one cruise climb? Yeah, 140 to 20,000 feet. Oh, 140 to 20,000 feet.
Meridian 63 Echo contact Minneapolis Center on 126.4.
125 after 20,000. Say again for 63 Echo.
Meridian 63 Echo contact Minneapolis Center on 126.4.
Minneapolis on 126.4, Meridian 63 Echo. Alright, 126.4. Minneapolis Center. Oh, I got Corpo's, Corpo's the one with the contrail now. I feel like it just picks one plane randomly and then just draws a, like a predetermined contrail behind it. This is gonna be insane with all of us flying with like 20 contrails.
What runway can we expect tonight?
Minneapolis Center, Meridian 6063 Echo, flight level 240, climbing flight level 280. Alright, let's fix this golf runway. Or this taxiway.
Meridian 6063 Echo Minneapolis Center, good morning.
Alright, we're gonna make this golf and then I'm just gonna pick these little sections here just to give it a few more pathways. There we go. These are all kind of parking, so we're not going to pick that. Alright, and then here, this blue is also golf. So this is a little weird where I don't know. Oh yeah, this is also golf. Actually, is this alpha? I think this is probably alpha down here because it's the one going north to south. So I'll save this as alpha. So here, I don't know whether to make this golf or alpha because they both lead there. They both lead to the same runway. So the blue is now alpha, the red is a golf, and the yellow is nothing. So I guess since alpha is the major taxiway, I'll just make these alpha. Then alpha also can go down there to the south, I think.
Center on 133.905.
Like if you're parked down here, I guess it's nice. It could call that alpha. If you happen to be parked way down here, then it could say alpha. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Something else I can do, sometimes I do this when I'm confused, I just go, could argue I'm always confused. Just go to the, I go from the chart to the Navigraph, like vector map, and just zoom into the airport and look at their labeling. So we can see the labeling here. So if I zoom in far enough, yeah, okay, so it's calling this part Echo here. And then Charlie, so what is it calling the one up here? Yeah, it doesn't name this section right here. So I'm going to leave that unnamed as well. So I think that's pretty good. All right. I think I can call that done. So I'm not going to submit it yet. I'll do that after the stream, but I think we're good here. This is Charlie. This one is unnamed. And then I got the intersections done. We got Echo. This is Delta. Alpha's there. And then we got Fox.
Southwest 5232.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
2000, altimeter
all right, sweet.
2977.
Edited another one. So when we land, we'll see how the taxi instructions are once we land. Kugel's saying, are the parking spots defined? Some of them are. There is another tool on the SayIntentions site you can use to put in a latitude, longitude, and define parking spots, like transient parking, FBO, stuff like that. Let me check their Discord. I think they might have said that they're going to bring that stuff to the TaxiTuner tool, that tool we were just looking at, so you can edit their parking. They're going to be working on it for, like, they said 2 to 5 weeks. I'd have to go through the messages. They're going to make it so you can add taxiways, kind of like how we're missing that one in that one spot.
Expect the energy approach to runway
Trying to find what they said earlier about what V2 is going to have. It was like earlier today, so there's a lot of chatter in there. It's kind of hard to find it. I could search for it, I guess.
Southwest 5430, expect the ILS runway 24 right approach into Los Angeles via the IR and MN to arrival.
Might be in their discussion forum for it. Trying to find this so I know it as well. Yeah, okay. They don't say exactly when, but probably in the next month or two. They said 2 to 5 weeks, 2 to 6 weeks. But yeah, you'll be able to in the future add in the to be able to add in the parking spots and stuff.
Descend and maintain 7,000. Turn left heading 0905 vectors for the ILS runway 24 right.
Yeah, Ninja, I'm in the Meridian, so any turboprop is good, except for like the Grand Caravan. Oh, did they just say something to us? No, they didn't. All right, I think we're good.
Descend and maintain 7,000 for left heading 095 vectors for ILS runway 24.
Fixing the taxiway is a heck of a way to get familiarized. Yeah, I just love contributing because it just makes me happy when I get good taxiway instructions. And there's only so much data that they have and only so much data that they're getting from Navigraph. Most of the major airports, like they said, I think 1,000 to start, are going to have taxiway data from their partnership with Navigraph. But that leaves so, tens of thousands of tiny airports all over the place and just mid-sized ones too. So I think what's really nice, like the tool is pretty good. If you are at an airport that's really small and just has like 1 or 2 runways, it's really easy to just select the predetermined ones and rename them if that's the only problem. Like say it called it Alpha and Bravo, but it's really Alpha and Charlie, and there's like a Bravo intersection somewhere. It's pretty fast. Like, I mean, I just edited 3 of them during the stream, and I don't think it took me more than 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes on this one because it had a lot more. But it's pretty cool. Iron Man 1 arrival. Ad Kip was here on the map. What's cool is when somebody else, like if anybody else looks up the default, like for example, if I go to the ones that I did the other day, I did San Luis Obispo as the first one I did because I like flying out of there. So here's San Luis Obispo. When I load it, here it is. If you look at the top, it's probably pretty small, but you can see it says my default. But now to the left here, instead of a Sobo's data being the global default, you can see a little grayed out checkbox here where it says global default is mine. So the one I submitted was reviewed by the SayIntentions team. And they're pretty fast at it. Like they got back to me pretty quick and they're like, oh, hey, there's this one section. Could you tweak this? And I made the change because they can't do it yet themselves. You have to do it when you're the one submitting it. So I made the tweak and I was like, yeah, done. They're like, okay, cool. We accept it as the default. So now everybody in the entire SayIntentions community will now have accurate taxi instructions for San Luis Obispo. It's fun to contribute. So if we go like to other airports, like here, let me look one up since we're in cruise, If I go and find one that somebody else has submitted that was accepted, like what KIPT somebody did, it looks like. So if I go to KIPT, yep, right here. So Skinny Big Red submitted this one and it was accepted as the global default. So it says, yeah, they named it Jeppesen Updated. I haven't named mine, but it has my name there. But yeah, Skinny Big Red went in and updated it and it's the global default. So if I fly to this airport, then I'll get the taxiways that Skinny Big Red got approved. It's awesome. The crowdsourcing makes a lot of sense for this. There's just so much data, and there is no source of data that they can get that's not like I think they said it's like tens of thousands of dollars to get the data that exists. But by crowdsourcing it, I mean it's kind of a win-win in a way, just because we don't have to wait for them to get that data to be able to afford that data, import that data. We can just fix it right now and that's what people are doing. It's pretty cool. I'm not upset about it. And people just, you know, like contributing when they can. And if you don't want to contribute, just don't do it, and you reap the benefits of other people that wanna you know, play airport designer, runway diagram designer. All right, I should probably listen into the ATIS coming in here at Sioux City. 11945. Yeah, I can do it over here. What am I doing?
Duke 1 Delta Sierra, contact Washington Center on 133.125.
All right, let's listen, see if we can get the ATIS. Might be out of range. And we were expecting runway 13, so I should probably set up just something for 13 for now. All right, there's an ILS for 13, and there's only one initial approach fix, so we'll pick that. And we'll just load it in. And this has got to be a bug, but I'm going to go ahead and delete the en route. K sucks. Oh, I can't because it's direct there. So technically we should keep this going direct there. So our top of descent is based on going to the airport and then around. So our top of descent might actually be sooner. Actually, our top of descent will be later because it'll be fewer miles. Or sorry, sooner because it'll be fewer miles. That makes sense. Lower high altitude IFR? It just depends where you are in the world, but if you're in the United States, low altitude is under 18,000. So low and high altitude IFR in Microsoft Flight Sim is just referring to whether you'll be in the flight levels or not. But yeah, I mean, if you're flying a turboprop, then most likely you're able to go high altitude. It also matters how long the flight is. So if you're flying 50 miles, you're not going to get up that high, so you should pick low. But either way, I like the easiest thing to do is just use SimBrief for your flight planning and then look at the recommended cruise altitude or the estimated cruise altitude and base it off that. So if you're in the US and it says over 18,000, then you'll be doing high altitude. But in that case, you're not even... I guess you could export the flight plan and import it to the world map if you wanted. Yeah, usually I'm doing what SimBrief says. But yeah, sometimes if I'm not using ATC and I'm doing casual stuff, I'll definitely just let Flight Sim tell me by choosing low or high altitude. But yeah, just use your best judgment. Like if you're only flying like 100 miles or less, then probably low altitude, assuming you're in a turboprop. If you're flying a plane that can't go higher than like 10 or 15,000 feet, then obviously you're picking... dude, we're right on the contrail right now. This is the contrail right above us. It's just like we're right in the middle of it. It's all like murky looking. Oh, now it's gone. There it goes. The contrail has ended. $91 and a TBM 930, low altitude. Because you're not going to even get up to the flight levels probably. I mean, that thing climbs really fast, but I don't know, 90 miles, I would say low altitude. But again, using a flight planning tool like SimBrief is the best option. You will know for sure doing it that way. Worst case scenario, you just don't finish your climb up to a higher cruise altitude and you're just, you have to descend sooner. You'll just do the big up and down without much of a cruise phase. You can hear wife in the bedroom watching Bridgerton. I don't even know what that is. Should you be in there watching it as well? Or is that something that is not for you? My girlfriend will like watch shows, like reality TV shows that I'm not into. Or I used to watch some of them because they're entertaining, but if it's not a show you're into, I get it. Pretty strong crosswind. Yeah, I got 35 back here. You guys are all kind of ahead of me. Old fictional romance series. Can only watch so many of those. Yeah, I haven't been watching it really any TV lately, but my brother recommended me a fantasy audio book to listen to. What is the book? I forgot the name of it. I listened to the first 2 chapters. All right, library. Oh, The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. It's like part of a 4-book series, I think. I think there's going to be 5 books, he said. Yeah, The Way of Kings. I just started. I haven't listened to an audiobook for a really long time. And I'm not like... I actually love reading, but I don't read, if that makes sense.
Contact Minneapolis Center on 119.525.
119.925 Meridian 63 Echo. Hope that was right. 925? Let's see if they correct me. Is this a new button right here? Mic select? Is this boom or mask? Is that what that means? I'll have to look up with it. I don't think this button was in here before. Reading is one of those things I gotta be in the mood for. Yeah, I usually will read when somebody, like a good friend of mine, recommends a book and is like, oh my god, dude, like, this is the book for you. You're gonna love this. You have to read it. You know, like with something like The Martian was one of those, or like Ready Player One. Oh, whoops, I didn't... Once again, my rudder... I left my rudder trim in the entire time. Classic. Yeah, and like my brother just recommended this, and it's been a while since somebody's been like, dude, you might love this. He said like you might or might not like it, but some of our other family read it and loved it, so I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. 45-hour audiobook for the first book. It's crazy. But yeah, usually when I read something and the recommendation is spot on, like I will go through the book in a couple days. Just like never put it down and just read through it and love it, like I did with, you know, books like The Martian and Ready Player One. Ready Player One is such a good book. The movie was pretty good too. And I have Ready Player Two sitting on the shelf, and I haven't touched it. I don't know why. I'll have to read it at some point. That book just hit all the video game nostalgia. It's incredible. All right, we still don't have ATIS, right? Been tuned into what I think is the correct frequency. 119.45, yeah, it's right there. But we're 67 miles out, so maybe when we get to 40-ish miles, we'll hear it. And we know we'll have good taxiways, and we were expecting runway 13, so up here in the northwest part of the field. So we land and exit Fox or Delta. Try to see if I can exit. It's 9,000 feet. We can
Meridian 63 Echo,
maybe hit
expect the
Fox.
ILS runway 13 approach into Sioux.
Nice. All right, we'll expect the ILS 13 into Sioux. Meridian 63 Echo. And they said into Sioux instead of Sioux City, like shortened it. All right, so let's get the ILS over here. We do have it in the Avionics already. All right, ILS runway. Whoops, that's ILS 31. We want the ILS 13.
Meridian 63 Echo, contact Minneapolis Center on 123.975.
123.975, Meridian 63 Echo. Runway 13 ILS. Tommy is the only transition available. All right, there we go. That's ready to go. All right, now we're switching frequencies. Is it Minneapolis Center again? Yeah. Minneapolis Center, November 6063 Echo, flight level 280. Sync that heading bug.
Meridian 6063 Echo, Minneapolis Center. Roger.
Roger. The auto pressurization is so nice. This thing has so many, just the modern systems. It's amazing. No auto throttle, but you know, something has to give. Last book you read was Dune. Dune Messiah? How many Dune books are there? I didn't watch the old movies either, so I liked Dune 1. I got about halfway through Dune 2. I don't know what it is about the movie, but I don't really care about it. I don't really care about the characters. I don't know what it is. There's just like, I don't even care what's happening in the story. I'm like, okay, it's just like a visual spectacle. It's cool visually, but the story, I'm sure the books probably do a much better job, but being somebody that's only seen Dune 1, the movie, the new one, I just couldn't get into it. I was just like, what? I don't care about anything that's happening. I don't care about these characters. Like, I'm just here to watch, like, Timothy and Zendaya use their cool weapons, like use their swords or something. Like, I don't know. Is that why I'm watching this? I was just like trying to convince myself that I liked it. And then halfway through, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I was like, I don't need another hour and a half of this. Maybe I'll watch it in the background someday, but yeah. I think it's one of those movies that, like, in the theater, it's probably really cool just because it's so visually heavy, and I'm sure the sound's incredible, and it's just like, I don't know. Outside of that, the movies, it's just kind of boring. I would rather watch, like, if I want just like straight up action and not really care about the story, I'd watch like a Tom Cruise movie or something, you know? Like movies like Maverick, or even movies like, yeah, like Maverick or Mission Impossible movies, you know? I'm way more invested in the characters, even though so many of them are temporary. I'm just like, or it's like one movie. I'm like, I don't know. There's something about the movies for Dune that I'm just like, I don't know, it just didn't click for me. Corpo says, not having an auto throttle keeps me engaged. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Enough is automated in this where if it also had an auto throttle, I would just have even less to do. But this stuff really helps when you're doing like single pilot IFR with like SayIntentions and you're saying everything yourself. It's nothing automated. It's pretty nice to have those things. Yeah, you like the movies? Cut out a lot from the book, yeah. They always do. Like, I remember watching like The Martian and Ready Player One. Like, there were some spots where there was just so much more going on. Like, another like crazy challenge, or like with The Martian, there was like a whole accident thing that they didn't even go through on his trip to the shuttle, or to the ship he escaped on. And yeah, they always have to, right? Like, they got to cut something out for the. I mean, maybe not nowadays. They're making like 3-hour movies all the time. Or like, how long was Oppenheimer? Like 3.5 hours? Maybe less of that going on nowadays, but. Seems like, I don't know. I think too many people hate a movie when it goes past 3 hours, so most of them are probably trying to hit the 2-hour, 2:15, that kind of mark. So they end up having to cut stuff out. All right, so they said to expect the ILS, but they didn't give us an initial approach fix. And I mean, we should have been descending already. Yo, center, Meridian 6-3 Echo, is it about time for our descent? We'd love to shoot that ILS approach. 6-3 Echo. Hint, hint, wink, wink. We should have been descending like 10 minutes ago.
Meridian 6-3 Echo, descend and maintain 6,000. Turn left, heading 320 vectors for the ILS runway 13 approach.
All right, it's down to 6,000, turn left, heading 360, vectors for the ILS 13, 6-3 Echo. So what was the turning? I missed the turn. 320. 320. See if he corrects me. It's not sending my response for some reason. It's just sitting there, not sending it. I have to hit enter. Now it's sending it. I know it did send it, but he didn't reply to me. I gave him the wrong heading as well. I said 360, which would have been a slight right turn. Yeah, I expect to get yelled at. All right, we need to descend. Let's do it. We're gonna descend in flight level change mode. And we're just gonna give it our max speed here at the top of the green bar. A few knots below that. 182 knots. Flight level change for descent is very nice in this kind of plane. I almost always use vertical speed, but in this thing, it's so easy to overspeed. Okay, and we're kind of stabilizing our feet per minute. I'll pull the throttle out. Get down to about 400 pounds of torque. All right, 2,000 feet per minute already. I think comfortably maybe 2,500. We're at about 4 degrees right now. Pitch down. Okay, let's go more. Kylo Ren, more! More! All right, 600. Yeah, that's pretty good. 2,100 feet per minute. Okay, no more. Let's go down to 500. All right. There we go, 502. Good enough. Part 2 changes a bunch from the book. Oh, okay. Part 1 was closer. I did like part 1. I actually watched the whole thing and yeah, I thought it was well done. So yeah, maybe just part 2 is kind of a flop for me. This blue livery is pretty nice. I do see you, Drew. Yep, I see you behind us. 19,000 feet. And this blue livery looks great. That's a good blue color. Beautiful. All right, the vector they gave us is pretty good. Maybe a little more to the left, but it's not too bad. They're having us go down to 6,000. So we look at the MSA. Okay, MSA is 3,500. Or 4,400 over in the northeast, but we're not. All right, ATIS we still don't have yet, but it is tuned in and monitoring. I'm just gonna flip the monitoring off and back on just to double check here, because we're not that far away from the airport. Oh wait, no, oh yeah, actually maybe we are. Yeah, 68 miles. I'm gonna activate the approach just to update the. We're on a heading anyway. I'll just activate vectors to final, I guess. Clean up the map. I think I like load a procedure with an initial approach fix, so at least you have it. Oh no, does it remove it? No, it's just Tommy. Okay, so there was, and we still have Hassas in there. Yeah, so we still have the same waypoints we had, but then once we do vectors to final, like if we do vectors to final from maybe the beginning, I think we might lose 1 or 2 of these waypoints, or at least maybe Hassas. We might lose that one. But vectors to final is nice in this situation. So yeah, we're probably not getting vectored between Tommy and the runway, so this will be our active leg, so that's nice. And then what kind of RNAV approach is it? Oh, sorry, we're doing the ILS. All right, let's double check the localizer frequency. 111.3, no DME. And we already have it there and identified. IOIQ. Wait, 1113. Yeah, it's on both. It only has the identifier on one so far. Interesting.
Conditions.
All right, there we go. Here's the ATIS.
Temperature 21. Dew point 11. Altimeter 2971. Arriving and departing runways 1813. Visual approaches in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information Tango.
Tango.
Sioux Gateway Airport,
listen to the wind.
information Tango. 0152 Zulu. Wind 140 at 8. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 21.
21.
Dew point 11.
All right, we got Tango. Runs are, the winds are nice. 140 at 8 for runway 13. Final approach course 133. Which I'm going to set over here.
Going to 127.35, Duke 2 Whiskey Alpha.
All right, 133 is set. Not picking up the ILS just yet. And we're not going to get DME on it either. It's just ILS, no DME according to the chart. It just says ILS. All right, our minimums are 1295.
398. On departure, maintain VFR at or below 5,500 feet. Squawk 2354.
Call it 1300 for minimums. 200 AGL, 1300 MSL. All right, there we go. 1300 minimum set, and then... All right, we don't have a pre-selector for the Barrow, but I wish we did. We're in the flight levels anyway. We're under the flight levels, so we want altimeter 2971. All right, 2971 is set. All right, pressurization should be coming down soon. Yep, it's coming down already. And then all these lights are good. We're gonna leave pitot heat on until we land. Fuel pumps and ignition will come to manual when we're on final. Do I have my time set? It's not on live. It would be dark right now. I usually just pick sunrise or early morning when I'm flying, but I leave live weather on, so you get the best of both worlds. You get the live weather and all the variations there, but you get to see everything. I think in like streaming too, like it's nice flying at night sometimes, but I think like streaming, especially people watching on like a small phone and stuff, it's kind of doesn't translate very well, so I usually don't do it. And usually the scenery is just so nice to look at. It's pretty flat here, but yeah, a lot of the time there's some nice stuff here and there to look at. So I try to keep it during the daytime. All right, our FAF altitude is 2,500. Before then we'll be at 31. 31 and then 2,500. Actually, it says 2,497, which is what's here in our VNAV altitude. All right, runway 13, and then we're going to turn off to the left for the transient parking.
Reducing to 200 knots for separation, United 758.
All right, looking forward to some accurate taxiway instructions here.
Los Angeles Center, November 472 Echo X-ray. Request flight following to Santa Maria Airport.
Santa Maria, nice. I actually think somebody might have updated Santa Maria. Oh, maybe not. I think somebody submitted it, but it hasn't been reviewed yet. For the taxiways, I'm just looking it up on the side here. Maybe it looks pretty. It looks pretty good. Yeah, we'll see. Santa Maria might be big enough to have the Jeppesen or the Navigraph data.
Duke 91 Delta Sierra, Washington Center. Expect the RNAV runway 34 approach into...
Where are we going to park when we land? On the east side near wherever it says FBO or transient parking on the map. Yeah, there's terminals over here, transient parking. Yeah, right up here near Echo. Between Echo and Delta on Charlie. And I could...
Thanks for the welcome. November 472.
You know what I could do? I could look up the airport and submit the parking spot as a point of interest. I'm not sure if it happens automatically with SayIntentions, though. I think they have to approve it as well. But you can submit a point of interest with a precise latitude, longitude to teach it things like where the parking is. They are going to put that in. They're going to put that in that TaxiTuner tool. Yeah, I would have to look up the airport, zoom in on the map, on like Google Maps, and then find the lat long.
Los Angeles Center, November 472 Echo X-ray, we'll do it. 11,000 feet.
I'm looking it up right now to see if I can find it. Oh, I see the airport. Oh yeah, I think I did find it. Okay. I think I can put a pin there. Okay, I found the lat long. Sorry, one sec. I'm going to copy this and submit it.
Delta Alpha November Vior Delta 401.
All right, I'm submitting it. Negative. Yes, that looks right. Negative 96. Okay, I just submitted the point of interest. I'm not sure it will take it right away, but if they precisely get us to the FBO, then maybe it worked. I'm such a dork that when they announced the taxi thing, I went to San Luis Obispo on the ground, and I just sat there requesting taxi to from different locations to different runways to test it and see that it worked. It's pretty cool. All right, hopefully they give us turns here soon. Good to park at Taco Bell, get some quesadillas.
132.375, Papa.
It's gonna be really nice, like when you can do the parking spots with TaxiTuner as well.
Macedonia, good afternoon. This is Duke November 825 Papa, currently at flight level 240.
All right, we're at 7,500. We're going down to 6,000. We're expecting turns, and our final altitude was like 2,600 or something like that. 2,500 roughly. So 31, then 25 for the approach. Hope they haven't forgotten about us, though. It kind of feels like it, but usually when I say that, it pipes up. Oh, we're just going to turn around this way. Airport's out there somewhere. There it is.
Contact Sioux City approach on 124.6.
124.6, Meridian 63 Echo. Is that Sioux City approach? Yeah, it is. Sioux City approach, November 6063 Echo. Should have said my altitude, whoops. Yeah, PC runs warm enough to warm a room, yeah. My buddy who has a 4090, it's always making his room super hot, and he doesn't have like good air conditioning or anything. So in the summertime, he's hating it. He's running Intel, which runs a lot hotter than AMD chips do nowadays. And he's just like, oh man, I need AMD. Do I have the wrong frequency? 124.6. No, that's right. Sioux City approach, November 6063 Echo, 6,000 feet. I think I couldn't tell if I was talking over that guy. He said Lufthansa, and I don't know if he's landing in Sioux City. Is it not sending it again? But they gave me an altimeter. Okay. The bug is happening where it's not reading it back. They said 29 or 68. All right. So I'm going to watch the transcript to see if they... Sioux City approach, November 63 Echo has the field in sight. We're ready to begin the ILS approach. Yeah, it's not talking back. Cleared ILS approach runway 13. All right, cleared ILS approach runway 13. We'll contact tower 118.7, November 63 Echo. All right, cleared ILS approach runway 13. So we're gonna bring this down to 2,400 feet because it's a little bit under 2,500 feet. All right, and then let's turn around. We're cleared for the approach, so we're going to turn around, hit approach mode. So just hit nav mode. And then we activated, I'm going to activate vectors to final again. Let's contact tower. Tower's on 1187. Sioux City Tower, November 6063 Echo on the ILS runway 13. Let's see if we hear back from them. Audio. Nope, we didn't. Turn right 090, descend and maintain 3000 till established, clear to ILS runway 13, November 63 Echo. All right, 090, 3000. All right, 090 down to 3,000 feet. Until established. Okay, yeah, that's a good vector. Taking us like 45 degrees right to it. Right before Hassas, and then we're going down to 3,000 until established. So we're waiting for those green needles, waiting for the localizer needles to come in. And let's double check the frequency. 1113 on nav 1 and 2. Yep. We're just not receiving it yet because we're further out. All right, we're gonna get some good taxi instructions. Very, very exciting. All right, we're in the yellow. Winds are pretty low though. 8 knots tailwind, 4 knots crosswind right now, so we can bring in the yellow for a little bit. All right, I am going to change it to 3,000 because that's what they told us. 3,000 until established and cleared for ILS. So we can't hear them right now, so I have to like check the window to see if they say anything to us. So it's a little weird. Oh, the airspeed warning. All right, I'm picking the nose up. Throttle down, nose up. I feel like the speed got decreased a little bit. I think that was in the release notes, actually. The speeds have changed because I used to get up to around 200 normally. I'm pretty sure. I think our airspeeds are lower now. I'm pretty sure I read that in the release notes. They made some changes at lower altitudes to the performance, so that's probably what's happening. All right, no ILS needles yet. Pitch down a little bit more. Yeah, we're left on that heading for way too long. This is probably the most common thing that happens, I think, with SayIntentions right now for IFR is just like the vectors seem good. It just almost forgets about us sometimes. We'll be just left off on a heading for way too long. Or like I had to like nudge them and be like, hey, shouldn't we be descending? They like didn't clear us for the descent. I had to ask for it. Maybe that is a normal thing though. Oh yeah, there's a sit forward position. Unlike in the Dukes. We need this position for the Dukes. I definitely I use this a lot. And if the camera position is set up nice, you can see your airspeed, see your altitude. All right, no needles yet. Waiting for the localizer needles. And then let's look at our speeds again. Just make sure they didn't change. Yeah, 168, 168. Okay, still the same gear and flaps 1 speeds. 168 knots. All right, leveling off at 3,000. And we're going to bring it down to 2,500. Actually, 24. All right, and our lights are good. We'll just get the fuel pumps on once, fuel pump and ignition on once we're established. Once we were fully configured. Kugel says totally realistic. Controllers forget about you all the time. That would be cool, except I'm just skeptical that they've coded it that way. I think it's just a global problem where you never get, like, almost every time it's a problem. But that would be really cool if it had a chance of them forgetting about you. Yeah, I also am used to a lot of hand holding, and I think VATSIM actually holds your hand a lot. The few times I've done it. Like, they're telling you the frequencies at every turn, whereas it's supposedly realistic to not tell you the frequencies. They like ground is not going to pass you off to tower necessarily, and if they do, they're not going to tell you the frequency. They're just going to expect that you have it in and that you switch over to tower when you get to the threshold. Things like that. Or they keep you too high, too long, forget you aren't an F-16. Yeah, I'm not a real world pilot at all, so yeah, I defer to the real world pilots, of course. But yeah, if that's realistic, then that's a bonus. All right, heading mode. I'm gonna hit approach mode now. Whoops, let's go heading, nav, approach. Okay, I guess I can't do approach mode just yet. Actually don't know why I can't do approach mode yet. Oh, because we don't have the glide slope. That's probably why. Until we get the glide slope information coming in. No approach mode, just localizer. All right, 2,400, and then after Hassas, we can go down to 2,500. So we got, I'll do 25. 25 is set, ready for vertical speed on that one. Do have the localizer though, no DME on that localizer. And we're at a decent speed. We can get our gear out when we're ready. All right, intercepting the localizer. All right, now we can go down to 2,500 in a second here. All right, 10 miles until the final approach fix. Wow. All right, we see the glide slope information now, so now I should be able to do approach. All right, there we go. GS is in white. Now it's vertical speed down to 2,500. Nine miles out from the FAF. And then after the FAF, we got what? 2.9. No, more than that. 9.3 until the visual descent point, and then another 1.3. All right, 12 nautical miles remaining. All right, then our go around is going to be climbing right turn 3,100. So once we're on the glide slope, 3,100 in our altitude selector. Tower November 6063 echoes established on the localizer. All right, I don't think we'll hear them unless they fix the bug, but I'm just looking at the transcript right now. It says runway 13 clear to land. Runway 13 clear to land, November 63 echo. All right, so they said winds 300 at 14. So that's great. We have a tailwind, 14 knot tailwind. Perfect. All right, 5 miles until Tommy. That's the final approach fix. I'm gonna get flaps 1. Let's get our fuel pumps and ignition to manual. Cabin pressure is good. All right, 4 miles till the FAF. All right, leveling off at 2,500, waiting for the glide slope. We got GS on the Annunciation. That is excellent. So we'll change it to 3,100 once we're on the glide slope for our go-around. There's another little tiny airport right there. Look at this guy. All right, almost a dot away on the glide slope. All right, let's get gear down. It'd be cool if the tires started spinning. All right, gears down. Flaps 2 we can do at 135. All right, glide slope is good. 3,100 feet on the go around. Sink the heading bug. All right, 135 for flaps 2. So I'm pulling us to idle. We have the tailwind, which isn't helping. All right, there's 135. 134. All right, flaps 2. And then full flaps under 118, I think. Yep. And the white arc, of course, 118. All right, 2 miles to the runway. All right, flaps full. Tailwind died down. We have 2 knot headwind now, 2 knot crosswind. All right, minimum's 1,300. Obviously, we can see the runway already. Once our speed's under control, I'm gonna get my throttle set and then disconnect the autopilot. All right, autopilot off, yaw damper off. We're above glide slope. Eight knot headwind now. 93 ground speed. No bird strike, no bird strike. Okay, beta mode. Nice. 191. Could have done better, I think. That was a little, I don't know. 191's not great. It's alright. I'll take it. It's not the worst. Alright, what's our next taxiway up here? We're gonna turn to the left. Okay, at Delta. So they should just give us Delta Echo to the FBO. All right, flaps going up. All right, parking brake on. Fuel pumps to auto, ignition off. Landing light off, taxi light on, strobes off, and pitot heat off on my switch. And they said, welcome to Sioux, contract on 121.9. We can't hear it, unfortunately. Over to ground 121.9er, November 6 Echo. Well, you guys are just going to have to take my word for it that they're going to hopefully give us good instructions. We'll see. All right, this I go to ground 121.9er. All right, 121.9er. Sioux City ground, November 6063 Echo, clear of runway 13 at Delta, request parking at the FBO. All right, see if they give us cross runway 18 Delta Charlie. All right, taxi to parking via Delta, cross runway 36, then Charlie, November 63 Echo. All right, they said taxi to parking via Delta, which is right in front of us, and goes this way. Cross runway 36, which is correct, which is right here. So we're crossing this. Then Delta. Cross runway 36, then Charlie, they said. And this is Charlie right here, and we're going up here to the FBO. So yeah, it's good. You love to see it. All right, parking brake is off. We're in beta mode. So Delta right in front of us, cross runway 36. All right, this is 36. Landing light on. And this is Delta, and we'll turn left onto Charlie for the FBO. All right, landing light off. Yeah, setting beta mode to a switch is great. I would never recommend anybody use the toggle after I tried to use it for so long and it failed so many times. You just need a switch to hold beta mode or hold reverse throttle. So you just leave that switch on the whole time you want beta mode to be active. Oh, I guess I have this scenery. Oh no, that's somebody's name over there. I thought it was a sign for a second. I was like, what is that? Maybe I do have this scenery. I'm not sure if this is custom or not. It looks like it could be. All right, here are the hangars, and this is the FBO right here. Yeah, there are some signs here. I must have scenery. Like these signs right here are not stock. Oh, did I just lose you guys again? Oh, no, I didn't. There's Lake Pilot. Yeah, like these signs right here. Definitely not stock. Phillips 66 Aviation Performance Center. All right, let's get this thing shut down. Air conditioning off. Let's reset our pitch trim. Yeah, I think based on what they changed, I need a little more nose up pitch trim, it feels like, than I used to. All right, lights off, fuel pump off. We'll go generator, alternator, avionics, and cut off. And then we wait for the feather message and then turn the battery off. Feather. All right, battery off. nav light off too. I forgot that button. Sweet. We're done. And Lake Pilot's coming in, I think. 1,500 feet. All right, he's at the final approach fix then. Or no, he's past it. It was 2,400 feet. He's going to be pretty close. The wind sounded bad, but then they died down, so that was good. Yeah, the windsock is looks pretty decent right now. I don't know, they're having some issues, I guess, with the voices right now. But besides that, just the normal IFR things. I just need to get better at yelling for my descent, I think. All right, don't touch the center line, remember. Remember the rules. If you touch the center line, you're hacking. Imagine if there were cheats you could download for Microsoft Flight Sim so people thought you were doing perfect landings. Like auto aim. It's the auto aim of, he's doing a long landing here. Probably a smart idea, actually, because it took me a while to get down to the taxiway. Center line's lava. Oh my god. So smooth. He touched the right wheel. That's good enough. What a smooth landing. That was beautiful. Look at that. He's going to stop right at the taxiway. Professional here. Yeah, that longer landing was smart. Because that first taxiway is just way too close. Looks like it's like nice 5 or 6 knot headwind too. Yeah, I must have the Sioux City. I don't know when I got it, but yeah, this is definitely custom. Sioux Gateway. Oh, that was a lot of work. All right, 3 hours and 46 minutes. We edited 3 taxiways today. Oh, the MU2. Well, let me take a look at this. We can definitely leave off looking at the MU2. It's beautiful. So I think on Saturday we can do Papua New Guinea for the group flight because that second airstrip pack came out, which is pretty nice. I think it was like 12 or 13 bucks, something like that. But that'll be fun. And I haven't really put the Duke through its paces on like grass strips. I don't even know if that's a thing, but the turbine has such good takeoff performance. I kind of want to try it on those strips. Even if it's not meant to be there, I want to do it. But I mean, it probably is. I have no idea. I have to do a little research. Yeah, the MU2 is so pretty. Look at it. Look at yourself. All right, I'm going to have the world's latest dinner, 9 p.m. dinner, 9:12 p.m. dinner. I don't see you, Ninja, actually. You must be pretty far off. I don't see you anywhere. All right, guys, have a good night. Yeah, sorry, I don't see you, Ninja. Not in the sky, but I'm going to go have some dinner. Thanks for hanging out, dudes. Thanks for Raccoon, as usual. Thanks for the super chat, man. Really appreciate that. And Kugel, thanks for becoming a member. Good chatting with you. And Turk. I don't think Turk's still here, but Turk, thanks for the 10 gifted memberships, dude. Everybody have a good night. I'll see you guys on Saturday. We'll do some Papua New Guinea strips, stuff like that. Maybe crack a beer on the weekend, something like that. GG. I'll throw the Discord link in the chat if you guys who aren't in there want to hang out in Discord in between the streams. We would love to have you. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Saturday. SayIntentions taxiway editor is awesome. Good stuff. All right, guys, have a good night. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Bye-bye. GG. Good night. Nice little wave. See you guys.